Hello and welcome all. I'm your not-so-humble Dungeon Master TJ, and this is Dice of Ages, presenting CrestVahllen, the Argent Flame, episode 52, Grudges and Gadgets. Now, without further ado, let's get into the recap of the previous episode. As the party search for where the gathering is to take place, Trisheni checks in on Shakar with Ermgrim, enabling the quick discernment of a gathering crowd. Along the way there, Eleazar clocks a few noteworthy locations that they may visit later. Arriving at an eastern venue, Cole notices some sneaky individuals that appear to be throwing off the troops' investigation. Cole tries to warn the orator, but he doesn't seem very worried. Argent uses spellcraft to locate poison and gets a few pings. The group then splits up among the crowd to track down individuals carrying hidden jars with poisoned bugs inside. One by one, they expertly remove the threats, while the rowdiness of the crowd increases at the behest of the vocal crier. Cole and Argus work together to create the illusion of a massive purple worm that disrupts the rally, causing panic and stampeding throngs. Now, let's get back to the action. Welcome back to CrestVahllen. Hello and welcome back.
Hello.
Hello.
Dice of Ages, CrestVahllen, Argent Flame, yada yada yada. Last we left off, you guys were at the supposed riot location where Vogel was doing an oration at the behest of the bard, and well, not at the behest, but you understand what I'm saying. And tremors were then summoned. You guys started collecting all these jars, and tremors were summoned, and a major image of a giant purple worm. What's the size of major image?
20 feet cubed.
Okay, so that is.
The size of a purple worm.
A purple worm is a gargantuan creature.
20 feet.
You looked this up?
We were talking about it.
Okay.
Yep, TJ.
We didn't look it up until after we did it, but we did.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, technically, you could have just made a smaller purple worm.
Right.
But, yeah, okay, yeah, you straight up make a purple worm. So, yeah.
Did you have enough time to think about this during the break?
No, I didn't think about it. No, I didn't
We
have
just
it.
fly by the seat of our pants.
Okay. It is absolute bedlam. People start to freak the fuck out and start panicking, trampling over people and running the fuck away from here. Everyone is extremely afraid, and they are dispersing as fast as they possibly can. However, it is a very tight and packed space, so people are getting like run over and trampled, including y'all. So I need all of you to roll strength saving throws.
Oh, hey.
As the crowd attempts to like push past you, push you over, and get the fuck out of there.
And tell Shakar to fly up. Forget about nesting.
That doesn't sound good. 12. Okay. 12 for log.
10.
Oh no.
20.
Now you roll okay.
I'm a Twinkie bard. What do you expect to happen? 9.
You caused this. You did it to yourself. 10?
Yeah,
For Eleazar?
plus 6. I know.
Oh.
That's how bad it was.
You
Roll
want
for
one-
conch, please.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
So he got a 16.
16. Okay. You just like Conch just like kind of like just digs in his heels and is just like pretty much makes himself like a small building.
Right.
And people just kind of like part around him because
I was
they're
going to
not
ask,
running
like,
to.
do you want me one for me as well?
No,
Like the jostling to...
I would have said, you know what, yeah, go ahead and roll it yours at advantage because he did so well.
6.
6. Okay. So you hold on, but you are like dangling off the back of it, and you're like, you're very like, Scar, brother, help me! That kind of feel, as like the wave of water
Wildebeests.
wildebeests are like pulling you off of the that music in the background because now I have this Lion King stuck in my head. You're okay because you're stout and you. That's exactly the sound you make, I guess. The rest of you are swept away and are trampled by the crowd. You guys are all like, this is hundreds and hundreds of people that are pushing. Those of you that failed your strength saving throws, y'all are gonna take 5 points of bludgeoning damage each, and you guys are pushed, dispersed. I'm gonna roll.
My concentration check was a dirty 20.
Okay, that's good because you could have dropped it real quick, or is it good? We'll see.
How far away is like everyone massing and trampling from where I am?
If he was right
How
up by
far
the
away
front
is- I'm
of
sorry?
the stage,
We were up by the
How far
guards.
away is
Like
who?
where most of the bottleneck and everyone like trampling.
So the people are moving in three directions because there's only three
Yeah.
available. The west side of the 2 lane, the east side of the 2 lane, and the south side where the 1 lane is. Make sense? So it's like it because of the blockage of the stage, it has become like a T intersection, where the top T of the part is wide and the bottom, the stem is skinny. It's skinny. Does that make sense? So I'm going to tell you where you guys are going to go. I'm going to roll this cardinal die to see what direction, because you guys could be completely dispersed and pushed out throughout. This is going to persist for several rounds because this is a very large crowd that continues to push. And these are only the hundreds and hundreds of people that are in this immediate vicinity. There were still others that were like off in the periphery, more spread out, that also started to like, I mean, this is a gargantuan creature. So people see it for blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks.
Now, could I misty step towards the stage where they're running away from?
Interesting. You absolutely could have. Here's. Let me get to you. Let me go. I'm gonna get to that's a very shrewd thing to do. Okay. Log. You are pushed straight east. My east. I'm sorry. I'm just doing it. It just makes it easy for me to understand if you need to make a mental
I was
picture.
already that direction.
You were, so you
Or-
pushed further away. Yeah, you also see the bald woman dwarf also being pushed. So you're both just kind of getting pushed in the same area.
I was saying, and I rolled for my con save and I passed.
Okay, so
I'm
you're still invisible. Okay, you're invisible body surfing. You got it. Crowd surfing. You are pushed west.
Great.
So you were already in the
Separate
west, in the
ways.
lower
Oh,
western
that's
corner
beautiful.
anyway. So you're pushed west.
Okay.
You're
I
good.
passed.
You are not good.
No.
You are pushed up against the Vogel people and to the west and get slid, and you are kind of getting like your face scraped against some of the buildings all over in the northwestern area as you kind of getting pushed towards the west, but also like up against the buildings.
Can I reaction grab this Twinkie guy?
That's not a reaction. That is I'll say, here's what I'll say. On your, because I want to do initiative, but I'll say if you would like to, during this as an action, if you want to try to grab him, that's what you can do during this like turn, if you understand what I mean. Because because you're trying to grab somebody, pull them out of a massive crowd that's pulling them all the way. That takes like quite a bit of effort and time. Is that what you'd like to do? Okay.
Sorry.
I don't want to waste an action.
I wouldn't either.
Eleazar,
things to do.
where were you?
with me, we were, if I remember right, we were by one of the corners.
You were near where they-ish were, yeah.
We were back. We were still where we started.
Yeah, yes. So you are pushed
We were on the southwest corner.
there's a bit of an odd thing going on here where some people don't know which way to go, and they go like south straight away from the purple worm, but then they realize the way is blocked by other people, so they're like panic and they go towards the purple worm and like try to push to the side. So you get like there's this weird like undulation of that you kind of gets pushed forward north as it kind of like it folds in on itself and then tries to go sideways.
Okay.
Because people try to go south, can't, then go up and sideways. So you get pushed north up against pretty much the now fleeing line. You get straight up bang, boom, right into the back of Argus.
Okay.
And
And as I'm feeling this, like I want to like Misty step.
okay,
forwards.
So here's the deal. So you still take the damage because you got
Yep,
the straight
yep, that's
saving throw.
fine. Yep,
So
that's
but you can, but yeah, if you want to, you can like now that you can, do you want to Misty step onto the stage?
On the stage.
Okay, so Argus, you just feel all this jostling and then just massive clang and bang of what's the sound you make when you hit Argus?
What's
I mean, it's
the sound?
You
armor.
go like, oh, like whatever, like when you're being pushed and everything. You just and then what's
Can
up?
I tell it's him?
Maybe, yeah.
I'll be like, under the stage. There's a jar under the stage.
So I'll Misty step to the stage just to get.
You got it, 'cause it has to be somewhere you can see.
Yeah, I can see. So boom.
Okay, so
Up on the stage.
you like get plastered up against Argus's back, and he's like, there's a jar under the stage, and he's like, and he just misty steps, and he just straight up misty steps onto the stage, and he's there, and you, in all your glory, are the only one on the stage.
Sweet.
But you think the purple?
You think the purple worm's real?
I do.
Which the purple worm's in between where the Vogel's guards were. And
He
I'll pull out the
draws his
wizard.
sword. You got
I mean,
it.
That's what I would normally do, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
You want initiative?
No, I'm not gonna do it. We're just gonna go around the
Okay.
table. I'm gonna make it easy because that's the way I was doing it before. Because technically we're not in combat,
combat,
We're
yeah.
not, like at all. So
Because I didn't get
think I
pushed,
am.
do I have an
yeah,
action?
you think you are. But what?
Because I didn't get pushed, do I have an action? Or are you not going to
Yeah. That's what
He's just
I
skipping
did.
you.
Everybody first, and now
He's
I'm
just
going around for the
skipping
people
you,
that didn't get. So
Okay.
you're the first one that didn't
I
get.
didn't know if anyone else didn't get pushed.
No.
Pernua.
Oh, yeah. These
Pernua, right?
two were the only.
Like you said, we need a
Pernua
Beds
knows
of
what
my
she's
cause.
fucking doing.
You need a cardboard cutout
She
of
does
Yes,
that.
exactly.
And she actually starts to like she kind of looks at you and nods and starts to usher people into being like, stop fucking panicking, go this way, and she like sometimes just gazes at people with her face and like, oh shit, okay, yes ma'am, I'll do what I'm told. Like
she's doing that guard thing where she's in a riot. She knows.
yeah,
what to
she's
do.
doing her job. She's minimalizing injuries and casualties. So yeah, that's what she's doing. She'll be busy doing that in the foreseeable future until you tell her to do something else.
Am I 60 feet within an exit?
No, because you're pushed right up against the stage. There's a good 70 feet on either end, and then another. I guess it's now 70 because of how dispersed the crowd is, and how like if you're. What is your intention? Because I'm
Calm
trying to.
emotions.
Yeah, what's the radius of that?
20 feet.
So you pick a spot within 60 feet, 20-foot radius. Yeah, you can get quite a few people.
Because I'd want to get kind of to towards the exit, so they exit out of this funnel nicely. Versus
Yeah, I mean, remember, it's like a straight
Everybody
road.
just starts
It's
like lining up, queuing, and like orderly
freaks out, enters it, and they all start lining.
strolling up.
So yeah, that's like
It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
There isn't really a bottleneck except for the one that's going south, which is just the one lay. No, you're up against the stage now.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
So you're equidistant from to all
Across
of
the
them.
double lane road from you, essentially.
So you're equidistant to the west because the double lane road is just a double lane road. It doesn't bottleneck. It's just there. People just start moving out, and it's like a wave that people are pushing out. The only bottleneck is to the south, where the one lane road is. So yeah, you could pick a spot where people are leaving. There's not really egress. You just pick a spot that's 60 feet away from you on either the west, east, or south direction, and you can cast it. Yeah.
So I can cast it on the south section.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna cast it there, and then how much movement do I have after that? Can I go under the stage?
You got succeed on your strength saving, so you're gonna get pushed. You have your full movement.
Okay, so I want to cast it over there and then go under the stage.
Okay. Sure. What do they need to roll? Wisdom saving throws for calm emotions.
Charisma saving throws.
Charisma saving throws.
Would I get hit in that?
It doesn't say you can discern allies, right?
It says a creature can choose to fail the saving throw.
But are you freaking out?
He knows it's fake.
Yeah, that's why I'm
Because
like,
all it does
know
is
it's
it
fake.
suppresses charm or fear.
Okay, so yes, you would be in that. For Shenny,
I'm fine.
All it does is stop you guys from being scared, and you two both know that it's not. So you're not really like. I mean, I guess you could be scared of being trampled. It's not.
you think
like-
it's real, don't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
But-
I saw through that.
But
We're the two with the intelligence.
yeah.
you got moved west.
I got moved west.
Okay, so you just get pushed out of this spell before it is cast.
Okay.
You get caught in it, so it's Conk, but Conk can't really. He doesn't have emotions. I don't think so. It
It
doesn't
is
really work on him.
concentration, so I lose my ability to sense poison.
That's okay. Okay, good.
Trade out.
You do have to roll for it then, because you do get caught in it. I think
Or
you're
you
the
can
only
choose to
one,
fail if you really want to.
actually.
Because I went east.
Yeah,
What's your DC?
yeah, you're the only one.
I
you
went
got pushed
northwest.
northwest. You got
17.
pushed north. Yeah, 17.
Yeah.
So you're fine.
He's panicking super.
It looks like you got half the people seem to be like, yes ma'am, as they're like Pernua's like this. Come on, let's go this way. They like form 4 lines, and the other people are like, run for your lives. And so there's just like there's a couple queues where people just start to slow down, like queues at the subway station, and there's other people that are just jumping turnstiles. Figuratively, yeah. That was your action.
I ran under the stage.
And you ran under the stage. Okay. Okay. You see a dwarven individual here with a big jar in their hand with the hand on the top that just looks up at you.
There's a purple worm. Abandon the plan.
That was
I mean, you've got the sensory
I-
effect with the rumbling.
right. Yeah, he felt the tremors, and then
okay.
he can hear everybody freaking out.
Don't mess
there,
up my
too.
plans.
I thought
okay.
that was our job as players. right.
Messing up my plans. Okay.
I thought that was our job as players.
Persuasion?
Fuck. Yes, absolutely. Well, I'm
Intimidation?
concerned whether this is deception or not because there's not actually a purple worm and you know it, right?
That's true.
So
He's
think
also
this
not
is-
part of the group.
Deception.
I think
telling
this
him
is.
to
I think
abandon
this
this.
is deception. Yeah.
Advantage because of all the sensory backup.
It is like Cole's assisting.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
He's hearing a purple
I
worm
would
roar out
impose
there.
disadvantage on you because they have no idea who the fuck you are, and you're just a random person that went up there. So I think they cancel each other out.
Okay, 6.
Sounds great.
So
Okay.
it's like, oh, there's a purple worm.
Okay.
I mean, they are hearing the purple worm, but
Yeah.
him.
Zemdek, you're up.
I mean, it's kind of weird. Though.
Purdue,
If you got
Exactly what
pushed,
it
your
was.
turn is kind of like just being washed away.
Pernua, it's okay. It's just Cole. I'm gonna climb back up on top of Conk.
Pernua was frightened too.
Oh,
She
right.
didn't
frightened.
think. No, it
She
was-
can't be frightened.
Right.
Oh.
But she failed.
Remember, she's
but
immune-
she still thinks
thought
it's
it was
real.
real.
Yeah, she's steadfast. She can't be frightened while she can
No,
see
but
an
she's
ally.
not
thinks
afraid
the
of
purple
it,
worm
but
is
she thinks
real.
it's real.
That's true. That's true. That's
So I'm
true.
just telling her it's okay. It's just Cole,
She saw
and I'm gonna climb.
and she just goes back to exactly what she was doing before because that information does not change how she's
The fact
deal
that
with the
there's,
situation.
there's people panicking. in
Yeah,
front
yeah.
of
She's
her.
like, I still have to do my job. But yeah, no, she has an ability called Steadfast. She cannot be frightened while she can see an allied creature within 30 feet of her.
I just
Yep.
didn't want her to think it was an actual boss.
Yeah,
So-
for sure.
And then I
Fighting it.
climb back on top of Conk.
Yep. And
I'm gonna have him try and press through the crowd.
okay, north.
Yeah.
Okay,
towards
cool.
the stage.
You push north towards the stage. He's just a small building that's moving him, so people are just partying around him. Nobody wants to run into a massive thing of metal. So yeah, you do so. I mean, he's still moving slow
He's
because
down
he's
on
not
like
trying
all
to.
fours, and he's
Oh yeah, cool. And he's moving half his
Yeah.
speed because he doesn't
Yep.
want to fucking collide into somebody and
Understood.
cause a concussion.
Right.
So yes, you got it. Done. Okay, let's do it again. Another strength saving throw. So until you succeed on a strength saving throw, you will continue to be washed away by the crowd.
I'm not understanding.
well, that's better.
And you succeeded.
Actually, I'm sorry. It's the person under the tage's turn first.
Yeah.
You see them open the jar, and a bunch of insects are now in here with you. There's still drapes over the back and the front of this thing, so they haven't quite gotten out yet. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw for me as they kind of like
With advantage.
With advantage.
absolutely, because you are a dwarf. Because this is poison.
What's my con? 18.
You're okay. Nothing happens to you. They also got an 18 because they're a dwarf, and they're okay. Great. Go ahead.
21.
21. Okay, you somehow like roll off very like, yeah, I've been crowd surfing my entire life. You got this. And you roll off and you invisibly stand your ground. You get bumped a lot because nobody can fucking see you. So people just go like, and some people just
There
go
are people just
some
fall.
people like straight up walk into your elbow and knock themselves out and fall down.
Just
Like,
like this invisible bubble in the crowd, just like
and there's just like
But there's
bodies.
like the occasional body around.
Yeah, there's just bodies collecting before you.
it's like
I-
the
I'm also-
boulder
the body.
in the stream.
Yeah.
I'm also like envisioning people like running full force into logs
Oh,
and then bouncing
that's
off
exactly
of
what's
him.
happening. And they're knocking themselves out. Yeah, because you're a big dude. So
He's an invisible boulder in the stream, and it's just like
yep.
churning.
So you can do what you like.
All right, how close am I to like the side of the street?
You're like in the center. You see. Actually, that's a very good question. The bald dwarf has continued being moved off to the east,
They can't see me anyway.
or not dwarf, but you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Halfling.
Halfway.
So yeah, so I'm going to try and go upstream. I imagine it's probably reduce movement or
Yeah, you're trying to go west.
yeah, like I'm trying to like.
I'm just imagining. I
go against the
crowd.
regardless if this is real or
As he
not,
tries to
like,
walk
I want to get back to my party because they're probably going to try and fight it because we've killed one.
Okay.
So
So you're fight or flight, and you're fighting. Okay, cool.
yeah,
So
I'm gonna
you.
try and
Okay, yeah, you move very slowly back to the west as you.
Why don't you go next to that orderly line of people?
well, I mean, if
No,
I, if
he's
I,
on the
Oh,
east
he's on
side,
the other side?
not the
Okay.
south side.
But yeah, I mean, like I would probably try to get to where people are level-headed.
Cool. Yeah, you can use your action movement to try to move your what would be your normal movement to the west.
Yeah.
Because this is definitely difficult terrain moving through a crowd of these people.
So,
You
yeah,
got
that's
it.
basically what I'm doing.
You're up. Strength saving throw, please.
I forgot about Moonchild. She probably was with. I probably left her.
You had her
with one.
disguised. You had her disguised as somebody.
As
Missy Pile, yeah.
Missy Pile.
And so she probably has been hanging out with
us?
Yeah, this whole time.
Let me. She's okay for her strength saving throw. She's probably hanging out with Pernua at the moment.
She's like mimicking her, like
yeah, she's just
Right.
she's just doing that. If you want her to do something else,
No, that's perfect.
okay.
I just suddenly just realized that she's there.
I have to keep track of so many. Your job to keep track of her. not
Right,
mine.
right.
I've already have too many.
Especially when I cause
The
panic.
exits are this way.
I just love that I caused mass panic in a crowd, so now he has to track all of that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Love you.
You're very proud of this, I can tell.
I am very proud of this. This is one of Cole's.
So, what'd you get on your strength saving throw?
Well, I have a question first. Am I
Sure.
being pushed along? Am I being trampled? What position am I in?
You're being at the moment. You're being pushed along. Any type of like being surfed or trampled. If you roll really badly on strength saving throw, you're going to start to fall prone and get trampled and take even more damage.
Gotcha.
If you, as far as being crowd surfed or being pushed along, that's more of a flavor thing, if anything, here right now.
Okay.
It's whatever I roll.
Before, yeah.
You know.
All right. I'm going to vortex warp the person that's coming right at me. I'm going to put them over in a. a spot over there.
Just like the closest person.
the one that's like causing me just to give me a little bit of room, and then I'm.
To be clear, it's a wall of people.
I know, but
Okay.
there's.
You're trying to make a hole.
I'm trying to make a hole.
You got it. You got it. What I'll do is that for that I'll give you advantage on your strength saving throw.
Okay.
Because it gives you a moment to regain your stance, so that you're not knocked off balance.
Advantage. Okay.
They have to roll a save though, right?
Yeah, if
What's-
they're not willing.
I don't.
You don't think they're
Not aware, so I don't think.
Con save, please.
No, they did not succeed.
Okay, so it's harmless.
So this person, yeah, this person just and then just somewhere else, and they freak out.
I'm fine on my event horizon,
That.
and then
Get to attack.
strength save. 13.
That's on you.
13. 13. Not enough. You continue to get pushed.
Can I
What's up?
bonus action start blade dancing so I can try to like bounce off of people?
You can bonus action blade dance this turn and try to do it next turn.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, sure.
You got it.
But I'm not.
So you're like you start
I'm
straight
just-
up raving in the crowd.
Yeah, pretty much.
You got it. Perfect. You did your no.
my turn.
Oh wait.
He succeeded.
Right. So wait. Let me do the strength saving throws first. Cole, strength saving throw.
It's better than my last one, but it's still an 8.
8. Nah, dude. You get shoved up against the. You failed your strength saving throw, right? Though.
Yeah, that's
Who
that's
did
what
you? You didn't. You did.
I did, but I'm
You take
dancing.
8 points of bludgeoning damage
Cool.
as you get just like almost knocked out in the jaw. You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Yeah, it's a wave of fists, elbows, knees, and feet. It's not great.
12 for my concentration check.
So you're okay. So it is maintained.
Okay.
That's what
You only need a 10.
you only need
Okay.
10 because
Cool.
it's
No, that's
7
why I
damage.
wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So
So
I
you
was
took
letting
7
you know.
damage. So great. So unless you took 22 damage, it is a 10. And
Yeah, no, it's
so that's what you do, unless you want to like inspire yourself, I guess.
I can inspire myself.
You
Not
can't
until later
not yet,
levels,
not
yeah.
until much later.
You can still
Okay.
be like, come on.
Inspire Ali.
Strength saving throw.
On the stage.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, you're good. You're on
Wait,
stage.
wait.
What you want to do? Wait.
Well, so I
Everybody's
think
good.
the purple-
Everybody's good.
So I think the purple worm is right there in front of me.
All right,
and
hold
I
on.
pull- okay.
What? Because
We're gonna
I
do
just wanted to do
actions.
all the strength saving throws,
Okay.
and now we're going back. We'll get to you once. Okay, so
Okay.
it is your turn.
All right.
Argus's turn.
It's time to be an exterminator. Radiance of the Dawn.
And you're designating all these insects as enemies. Okay, what do they need to roll?
Con save or take half damage. How many hit points do they have?
Like one.
Am I within 60 feet of Eleazar?
That's a failure.
So 15.
Are you designating the individual as an enemy as well?
No, because I'm lawful good.
That's the first time I've heard you say that ever.
I'm not going to burn that person because I feel that
Normally
would
he
be-
does this when somebody's actually attacking him. So,
Yeah.
but
Okay, so how much damage?
15.
15. You incinerate every last insect in here. What's the radius of it?
60 feet? No, 30 feet? What is it? 30? I think it's 30-foot radius.
So 60-foot circle.
30-foot
60-foot diameter.
am I within 60 feet of the stage still?
But if they have total cover from me, it doesn't,
No, not anymore.
Okay. I was going to try and inspire.
it doesn't hit
That's-
anyone that has
that's
total
what I
cover.
was gonna- yeah.
And since I'm under the
Oh, yeah, so the only people that would hit would be the insects and the other dude. Yeah, no, it's you. There goes my plan. I had such a cool plan.
I'm sorry, TJ.
I had so many cool things planned, but you solved my puzzle.
Completely
We didn't
derailed.
solve it the way you thought we were going
No,
to. But we
you
definitely
didn't.
solved it.
And you know who started it?
What? Me?
Thank you. She's the one that got us started. She's like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna charm him, and I'm like, oh, there it is, right there.
Oh yeah, because you started getting rid of the thing.
Yep.
There were
You-
4
you started that.
peeps
Yeah.
with jars.
So we found them all.
Yes. Good job.
Thank you.
I mean, I didn't spoil anything. That's not meta knowledge.
Good job, everybody. Sorry, TJ.
I had this like so cool ass fucking scene planned too. It was gonna be
I
so
mean-
cool.
I imagine what it
You can describe it to us in the burnouts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so one of the things.
Now you know how I feel.
No, you know what? We'll do this after you examine the scene afterwards. Maybe you'll find out what could have happened. Maybe. I
I
feel.
mean, we have 3 jars of these insects in a
If I
bag.
feel
2
generous.
jars
Oh,
of
that's
these
right.
insects in
You
the
have
bag.
live insects.
Okay, so that was a question
That
we
was
needed
a
to
part of our
ask you.
conversation.
All right, hold on. One person at a time, especially
That
with
was a
this mic.
question we needed to ask you. So,
up?
bag of holding air-wise
Yes.
for living creatures.
I mean, these are very, very tiny
Right,
creatures.
Okay, so it says 10 divided by the number of individuals. So I'm guessing
For a
like,
medium
right,
creature.
so there's a minute of air.
They're fine. They're fine in there. Like
For a
this is
couple
gonna
of
wrap
days.
up before they suffocate.
Okay.
Okay. So you'll be fine.
Okay.
Well,
Don't
he's
worry
already
about
and he's opened the bag at least once too, which allows more air in.
Yeah, that's these insects need they have the
Minuscule,
teeniest
right.
little things, so you're fine. Yeah, honestly, they could probably all be in there for like half an hour and they'd be fine.
So I turn to the guy and say, I told you we gotta run! And I'll run back out towards the purple worm.
The individual just looks at you like. And then like peeks out of the banner as you've left already. This is just you don't see this, but I just wanted to say it. Just peeks out of the banner and just like I don't get paid enough for this, and then just straight up leaves.
Does he see the purple
It
worm?
pretty sees the purple worm. It just like opens it up like
Who?
I don't get paid enough for this. And they just egress, and they go out the blocked, the north way because they can go out the back of the stage, and they just straight up into the night.
He's that gang member who walks into his like boss being murdered and goes, "Yeah, not gonna do."
There was a scene in the Batman animated series that did that. Like one of the big like thug dudes walks into a room, opens the door, and Batman's just standing there and doesn't say anything and just turns around and looks at him, and he goes like, "Close the door." Nothing in here, boss. Because he didn't want to deal with it.
Okay. Do I see Cole?
Ooh, roll perception check.
Natural 20.
There you go. Yeah, you see him.
I cast Sanctuary on Cole.
Oh, so the crowd can't hurt you. They're like, you're so pathetic. And they just go around you. I think
It's
that
not the first time I've proven that I have no strength.
when it comes back to your turn, I'll have them roll a wisdom saving throw before you have to roll strength saving throw. If they fail their wisdom saving throw as a crowd, then you won't have to roll and you'll be fine. It's like, what a pathetic creature. Avoid it at all costs. Fantastic.
Can I still talk?
Yeah. What do you want to say?
Eleazar, this is an illusion that Cole made.
As he pops out the back.
Oh.
Before you try and attack
He's like,
it.
you see him like ready to throw down. He's like,
I took care of the bugs under the stage.
Okay.
so you just chilling up there?
So we're good?
You just start tap dancing?
Well, should probably get the people out of here.
Okay. And so I'm looking around, and so I start looking for the people in our party. I'm looking for everyone.
Just
I'm
you
not
pop
rolling-
Okay, cool, because that was your turn, so now it's your turn. Go ahead, roll perception for me.
Okay.
I got it. I gotta take care of.
Exterminators on the job.
This
Clerics
actually
are still the
worked
best
out fairly
exterminators.
well so far.
That's what you brought. Yeah.
I'm
You said
upset.
perception?
Right.
I'm upset. I had this cool ass fucking scene player. It was
14.
14. You spot Argus. You
course,
spot
yeah.
Cole because Argus just casted a spell on him.
Okay.
You're like he's like doing the somatic. He's like I almost said Demetrius. He's like Eleazar. It's just an illusion.
Yeah, cool
Okay. Yeah. As he casts the spell, so you know Cole, you know Argus. I'd say
Invisible.
you're
Yep.
invisible.
Right.
I think you see him because he's on top of a.
I mean,
something moving to
he
the
might
side.
notice the big hole in the crowd where Log is.
Probably not scanning real quick. He doesn't. That's that he sees you. Not with that roll. So you notice Zemdak,
I'm sorry.
Cole,
Patricia.
and Argus.
I'm just going to kind of see what's going
Figure it
on before I do anything else.
Okay, you got it.
I'm not going to do anything.
I was like,
I will say,
What about...
with both of you now looking on the other side of the stage.
No, actually, what about the dwarf who was under there with you, do I
They
know?
running away.
So he's running away?
Blended into the crowd.
He jumped over the.
Oh no, he went north side.
Yeah, he went north. So he jumped over the unconscious, knocked out body of the orator that is on that side that you came out of, and went off.
So if you were looking at the
Did I
worm,
see
he
him?
would have run out behind you.
Oh, okay, so he ran
You were
behind
looking
me.
the wrong way at the time. It
'Cause I
wasn't
was gonna
until you
attack
turned
the
around.
worm.
But when you
Okay.
turned around and when you came out, I need. Actually, your passive perception. You see an individual waiting there, looking, not waiting there, but like a little confused, but also determined, pulling out a what looks like, I don't want to say like a giant pair of scissors, but two blades that, if joined together, could create some sort of like plane that could cut. It's not a giant pair of scissors. It's they are blades that have a hinge within them, and they're very like expertly curved, and they have like fanged striations that
those-
come out of them.
Kind of like pincer, kind of like grabbing pincers
Yeah,
for
like
ice and stuff
but
like
they
that.
kind
but
of
it's-
look like very, very rudimentary kopeshes, but then they're like beautiful in their curve, almost kind of like a sickles too. And they, if they were put together, they could be used to like straight up slice, like and
Cigar
cut something
cutter.
off. Yeah, kind of like that. And so you see this individual start to pull out those weapons and walk up the stage. Scar, all the way from like the front of the ear around the neck straight down into, like, they have a deep V into their armor, and it goes straight down until you can't see it anymore. Looks like a boop 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 boop. Where's this information?
Was tremor concentration, like, is it still going on, or was it just
It's not.
there's
It's
one time?
Thaumaturgy.
Okay.
So yes, it's still going on, but it's not concentration.
It is a dwarven individual. Hair windswept and swept back. Reasonably handsome, attractive, dark hair. Very short beard that kind of is pressed in with some sort of like, like
Wax.
Dapper Dan kind of deal, and wax and hair slicked back in a I want to say another type of that kind of hard, firm braid, kind of sticks out, and they pull out their weapons. They look presentatory, if that's a fucking word, and walk up on top of the stage and look like they're about to fucking attack this thing. This individual looks strong. They look like they've seen some fucking action, and they their fight or flight response to this is immediately, let's fight. Let's go.
Like they're certain somebody.
So this dude walks up onto the stage with you. It doesn't really pay you too much mind,
Okay. So he's.
but looks like they're about to like start doing a leaping jump and like try to dig these things into the back of
into the back of the worm?
into the back of the worm.
Okay.
Like they're like getting momentum as they're
Which
like
you still
skipping
think's real,
steps up
so
the
no.
stairs.
No,
I told
he
him.
told him.
Oh,
Yeah, he told me. And so as I see him walking up, I'll just be like, "It's an illusion."
You're gonna tell
You say-
somebody
you-
in
do
the
you
crowd
tell
that
him?
it's an
Okay,
illusion?
No,
No.
the guy's coming up. On
Guys
stage.
coming up, yeah. You say it's
Still
you.
on stage.
You stop him and you tell him it's illusion, and he's like, and he stows his weapons. And he's like, "Why?
I have no idea.
This is dumb.
I agree.
I had a whole entrance planned and everything. It was stupid."
I was gonna say, is that the dwarf saying this is dumb or TJ?
No, the dwarf. The dwarf was like, I had like, it was going to be a whole thing. It was going to be.
That does sound
Cool.
like TJ, yes.
Man, it's.
I get it.
Shut up.
I hate when that happens.
I had this whole.
Now you're just up on.
And now I can't even like. And I was like, oh well, at least I could consolation prize kill this thing. But, well, fuck.
I'm sure there'll be more to come. Save it for another day.
Well, you do notice on their lapel, their like leather lapel of their armor, is the symbol emblazoned of the Clan Vogel. Of Clan Vogel on their lapel.
Gotcha.
And it's barely more material than a harness is what they're wearing.
Wow.
S&M gear.
Yeah.
Essentially.
It's those gladiators where they have like the little iron ring and then the 4 leather straps going off
If
of it.
you had to wear a harness to be presented to the public, that's what this looks like.
It's his formal wear.
It's his formal. It's a very formal harness. Very formal leather harness.
I'm still not.
We can still get Pernua's ball gag.
I think she's got handcuffs too.
It's a classy harness.
Dead. That's nasty. That's nasty. She's all cold.
That's only if they do that. Yes.
A ball gag? Well, I mean, come on now.
Well, yeah. How do you? What are you supposed to do when you have a spellcaster in custody?
True.
That's true.
True that.
That's a
Cut their
very
tongue out
innocent way
and cut
of.
their hands off. Oh, wait.
Yeah, but it's true. It's very true.
I mean, that's the way Cole would actually envision that too. Cole
Joke's
has,
on you. I'm into this son of shit.
No, Pernua talked about it. Was sheepish about it before.
Yes. Yeah.
right,
well,
but Cole, because he's very naive and everything, like totally thinks it's just for like arresting. somebody
she's
and
also
everything.
gonna kind of been forced in the world of tantric because of her situation. So, okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that happened. Zemdek, it's your turn, right? I'm sorry. I just needed to, because I forgot about my wonderful plans for a moment.
You're welcome.
I try to make eye contact with you. I don't know if you can see me or not.
He's on the floor.
Actually, no. It's more. My face was just like right up against a wall, being dragged across
Yeah,
it.
I doubt it.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the loudest gnomist voice I can yell.
Oh.
By the power of Clan Stoneworm, I banish you from this realm. And I'm going to prestidigitate a ball of sparks in my hand. And I'm going to throw it at the worm
Got it. I love it.
to go when it hits.
Okay. We're gonna resolve whether you understand that at the next
Right.
go around. Okay. Cool. You do so.
I'm going to cast Pyrotechnics.
So
No,
not
not
prestidigitate.
Prestige. Pyrotechnics.
Pyrotechnics. I understand. You do the fireworks thing.
So the torch that's on stage
Yeah. There's 2 on like the frame.
bursts into a big cloud of smoke.
You got it. Got it. Got it. Tear gas spread the. Yep.
So
you
a
got it.
20-foot
Not tear gas, but I understand. You got it.
20-foot cube.
It heavily obscures the area, right?
Yes, 20-foot radius of black smoke. Just
You just go. I banish you.
yeah.
Cool. Very. You guys stole the fucking show. I had like NPCs being like, gonna put on this awesome show, and you go like, no, our show. You completely stole my game away from me. I'm so upset. I'm so upset. I'm livid.
I have to admit,
so
there's
upset.
a small little bit of pride that we like screwed up your plans.
I'm so waiting for TJ to send an actual purple worm to come up.
All those noise.
and by the way,
now that your illusion's gone, by the way, everybody roll for initiative. There's an actual purple worm.
There's one
Nature
right there.
guy is back.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Gotcha. Crap. Okay, cool. You
Made
do
too
that.
much noise.
Okay, log back to you.
He
Oh wait,
does.
Pernua is doing not so great.
Oh.
She
Pernua,
saved the first time.
Pernua just fucking gets decked in the face by some dude who's not willing
In
to
the
wait.
calm emotions area, she gets decked in the face.
Half of them are calm, half of them are not
Didn't
calm.
she already
She saved the first time.
No, this is.
Oh no, this is just somebody
This
walking
is just
up.
a luck check to see what's happening down there.
Sure.
She just straight up gets decked in the face by like a big dude who doesn't want to wait for her to organize people so he can fucking move, and she gets knocked to the floor. She's okay because she can't die, but like people start to like walk over her. She's okay.
Moonchild sees her go down though.
Yeah, Moonchild. Moonchild
She
like
falls in.
growls at the dude, and he's like, and the dude straight up
Just
kicks Moonchild, like straight up kicks the dog out of the way, like not having
the
this
person?
shit.
She's a
Well,
person.
She looks like Missy Pyle right now.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, okay. Karma then. So punches Pernua, straight up goes to punch Missy Pyle, completely whiffs right through her form
She bites
because
the
there's no.
Yes.
It's an illusion, so they just go, and they tumble ass over tea kettle and like.
And
face
they
right into
start getting trampled
and
over
they
too.
get start getting trampled. Yeah. So karma. Yes. Karma. Okay. Cool. That's what's happening over there. Log your turn.
So I'm going to keep trying to make my way to that area that I can see people are being orderly. Because I figure once I get there, I can camp out until people.
You're
leave
headed
and-
towards the Pernua area.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Where Zemdak was coming. You got it. You're just using your action and movement to do so.
Yeah, just because again, it's.
You got it.
I'm
Yeah,
going
you're still
upstream,
invisible, so you're fine. Noelle, you can do the thing I told you that you could do this round from your blade dance thing.
Okay.
You're gonna try
Wisdom.
to. What
Oh,
I'll
no,
say.
that was for-
What I'll say is, I will say you can roll a dexterity saving throw for this one now, rather than a strength saving throw. As you try to and just try to pull yourself up and try to walk on people's heads and shit.
How far is she away from you?
Decently far. She's more than 60 feet away.
13?
13.
Because it's dexterity save, not an acrobatics thing when I'm right. Because I'm really trying to do a cool.
I will let you do an acrobatics. for
Okay,
this.
because I'm trying to like get up and be basically
Yes.
running on top of people's
I will
heads.
let you do an acrobatics for this. Do not forget my benevolence.
13.
Oh no, you just keep your original roll and add your acrobatics thing to it.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, it
So
was-
you rolled an 8 and a 9.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yep. 13. So.
So
the
no dice. You go to like climb up on someone and they're like, get the hell off of me, and they straight up like grab your fur and just toss you. Ooh, pardon me. Oh God. I'm nervous. And I'm angry. You messed up my plans. Great. Yeah. I'm so sorry. You're not having a good day.
Sorry.
You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Cool.
Who left the wizard alone?
The wizard walked
the
off her
warlock.
own, unfortunately.
The wizard removed one person from the
Yeah.
equation.
Yep.
Did a good job.
Me,
If
wisdom
I'm-
saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw for the people.
Sanctuary.
That is a 13.
15 is easy.
Okay, so they're like, oh, how pitiful, and they run around you. And so you don't have to roll your strength saving throw. You're like,
just get
oh. And then you're good because
Okay.
people are just kind of giving you a wide berth.
Since Cole is way far away from where he's at,
Sure.
does he hear what Zemdak says or even see it? Like the ball of light moving
Roll a
towards him.
perception check for me. Oh wait, your passive perception is 19, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now that you're not being harried by a massive crowd, you hear it.
Hearing and seeing that, Cole will actually, as it's about to hit, Cole will cast Kinetic Jaunt, which is a concentration spell, so major image gets dispelled.
Okay, cool.
And it also allows me to move through the goddamn crowd.
Oh, that's a great idea. Nice job.
Because
Cool.
it allows me to
Apart from
pass
now,
through
just-
people.
You got it. So you look up
can
and
make
wait
look
for the
like
smoke
that
to clear,
instead.
or make smoke to happen, and then you cast the spell on yourself, and the illusion just kind of. You can make it fade, whereas like it starts to like kind of recoil
Yeah.
back in there, and then just make it fade like that. Yeah. I'm gonna say, do me a favor, roll a deception check at advantage for me.
$25.
Whoa. Okay, it looks very convincing. Very convincing. Everyone's very convinced. Okay. That's your turn. Unless you, I guess, where are you headed?
I'm gonna use my total. I'm gonna use my total movement, which is 40 feet, to move back towards the stage.
Okay, yeah. You make it there. Partially. You're almost there. You're like 20 feet, 25 feet from there. But yeah, because you got pushed pretty far. You're good.
I want to see if I can see
wait,
anybody.
very
in
last
our
question.
party.
Sure.
We haven't even gone yet.
Can it?
that was-
Number of you were close enough to me.
Yeah, what's up?
Who's close to me?
The closest one to you is the
Oh, wait, sorry. Who's
harnessed
within 30
individual on the
feet of
stage.
me?
The harnessed individual on the stage.
Okay, that's the only one.
Yeah, Eleazar is 35 feet from you.
Okay, then I won't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm still just.
All right, you're good.
All right, I'm gonna go. That's what I was gonna do. I'm gonna go check on the bard. Is he
Are you-
just like? I'm like right there
You can get within 30 feet of him if you like, or you can get closer if you want.
from the bard? I just came out from under the stage.
Not this bard, the orator bard.
Oh, I thought you were talking
No,
about
I
him.
don't care about him. I cast my spell on him. He's,
Yeah, he's like 10, 15 feet from you.
yeah, I'm like he should be right there.
Yeah,
All
he's-
right, I'm gonna go check on him. Is he?
He's unconscious.
So is he?
He's breathing. He fell and he hit his head and he knocked himself out.
All right, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. Yeah, he probably has a concussion. You see, like, there's a little bit of blood, but it doesn't look like too bad. You cast Cure Wounds on him? Cool. How much?
8.
8. You see him go, oh. Oh, my stars. Oh. Oh, great heavens. Hello?
Hey,
Who are you?
I'm friends with the other bard. I was right next to him.
Rock and stone? Ow.
And you fall prone. Let's get out of here.
Oh, yes, of course.
Be careful. There's a riot going on.
Oh, pardon me.
I took care of the poisoned insects under the stage.
What?
That he warned you
knows.
about?
Yeah.
Right, but that was... Oh, never mind.
The purple worm's done with too.
You killed the purple worm?
Let's get out of here.
Okay!
What's that?
You killed the purple one.
I did. I banished the purple worm
Okay,
Under the name of Stoneworm, no less.
under the authority of the Stoneworm clan.
Yes.
go ahead.
I just see this going on, and
Yeah.
I go to where Argus is.
Okay, you just go over there and check it out. Okay, yeah, well, guys, we're done. The crowd has mostly dispersed. People start to calm down. Yeah, we are back to a relatively calmer establishment. And my plan is ruined.
Yes.
So once I see
So that means you
them,
did a good job,
I'll go up
right?
to Zendak and all right,
the whole-
open it telepathically. All right, open it again. I'll put the.
Put another one in there.
So we
Okay.
got 3 jars of these insects inside the bag of holding.
You know what fun we could have with these?
Was not expecting to pocket them.
How can you not expect us to pocket them?
Really,
Do you
DJ.
not like out of this group we pocket everything.
Very concerned. Very concerned. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. The good news is that you release them, you're most likely gonna have to save for whatever it is the deal because they're
We launch it at.
Wait. Did this,
highly
somebody
concerned.
have a sleep spell?
They're probably
concerned.
immune
I don't like
to
this.
sleep pretty well because of that poison that's in them.
Maybe.
Yeah, technically
They're
it's
immune,
just a bunch of hit
they're
points.
immune
You
to
just-
the poison itself, not to like magical sleep.
Right.
So
Just
they
based on hit points in their
And
flies.
we could mush them up, shake them up real good until they're all knocked out, and then make fun. Okay.
What?
When you have you ever
turning
caught
into-
like
Oh.
insects in a
Just
jar
shook 'em up.
and you shake
Bang
them
them
up
against the
until
side.
they
Yeah, because you give them
get knocked out,
concussions.
So sad.
and then you turn them into a poultice.
There's-
and then you
There's different ways to do that.
these insects, not real insects.
Okay.
These fantasy insects.
There's other
No,
ways.
I do the real ones.
Other
Talking
ways.
from
just sitting here
experience,
watching
you,
Have you ever
just-
caught a fly and be
you
like,
sadistic fuck.
it just fall?
I love that we put a big old dent in his plan.
Oh my god. It was gonna be so cool too.
It was cool.
I'm sorry, this was cool.
Yeah.
I eventually walk up to you and I'm like, bruise and stuff. I'm like, that was stupid, but it worked. So, good job.
Cole's just Big old proud smile on his face.
Do we stick around or do we?
To do.
We should probably disperse. Also, if we can stop at like somebody else where I can get the better cloak or something. I made a friend who's not going to be a friend in about 45 minutes. So let's. I need to not look like myself.
I mean, we can go to the Candy Canary and we can go to the little store right
Should
next
we-
to it.
Okay.
The harness dude jumps off the stage and he's like, "Well, that didn't go as planned."
You two are going north, right? So you're gone with the bard.
Yeah, I'm taking the bard.
You guys go? Do you go north too? Or are you
come
staying
with
here?
me or not?
Yeah, I should probably go with you.
Okay.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, I mean, didn't go to plan, but it still caused a riot, right? At the end of the day, that was what we were supposed to do.
Riot. Nice. And you see this blue phase blade go right through this person's chest. As the image of Ermgrim from behind this dude reveals himself. This plasma blade just shoves right through this guy's chest.
Cole's gonna be like, dude, what the fuck?
You guys are gone. This is behind the stage right now.
Okay.
So there's like nobody else there.
Cole's gonna yell at him mentally though.
Yep.
You're gonna be.
I'm gonna roll some damage here.
How long ago did you guys leave?
Not that long. I mean, just
I'm sure. If
Oh,
you said
dear
something,
God.
probably-
Okay.
Yep.
This guy is very, very badly hurt, but he is still up.
damn, he's doing it like that, huh?
Yeah, it was a lot of damage, but this guy is very, very powerful.
You told us
He's
that they were
strong.
after Ermgrim, right?
Yeah.
You see the blade turns out and just singes and cauterizes the wound as it gets pulled out. And this guy's drops to one knee. He's like, "Oh, that's not bad." And he kind of turns around.
During this, I send a message to Argus using my comfort bracelet. Get back. There's Ermgrim's here.
I'd say you're still within 100 feet, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say, okay, Bard, you go. And I run away. I run back.
And so do I.
Farewell! Oh.
Hey, we made a friend in the vocal clan now.
What was the?
I am underworked and overpaid. I mean, wait.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
Okay, what are you doing, Zemdak? I don't think you see this because it's on the other side of the stage. Log.
Oh, 'cause I
You're
just
with
given
Pernu.
him-
Yeah, yeah. So
I
you're over
just
there.
given him
The only people that see this are Cole and.
Touche.
He was on the. You were.
No, he was with me.
No, he left with them.
Okay.
We were gonna protect the Bard.
I'm definitely gonna be like in Ermgrim's mind, like what the fuck?
Bigger fish. And he like grabs this guy's throat and pins him to the ground and goes, "Boo. I'll make it slow, just like you did." And he slices.
Wait, I'll take it. I'll
Okay.
put my lightning kopech, like, to try to protect it because it's technically a magical weapon. Just like, hey, what are you doing?
Oh, you're trying to intercept the attack?
Yeah.
Roll a dexterity check.
I'm not still dancing, but
I mean, he's got a reason.
yeah,
You guys are like,
21.
We could get. I'm more
21.
concerned
You
about her. I
you
don't
just
give a shit about
you
her.
do this like cartwheel move and catch in like the valley of the
Because she's already
Kopesh,
hurt.
like the curved concave valley of the Kopesh. You catch his plasma like right under there, and it's very blue lightsaber. Right up against this guy, singeing the hair on his right side, as he's pinned down to the ground, and you smell the smell of burnt hair as you catch it, and you can feel it as it's like the plasma is causing your blade to vibrate so much that it's like sparking against the stone of the ground, but you have it caught.
Do we see
And
this?
Erngrim like looks up at you.
Dude, what? Why? Why?
This isn't any of your business. And he's gonna make an athletics check, opposed athletics check, and just shove you as hard as you possibly can.
Cool.
Okay, so
I'm
just
so
gonna
good at
shut-
athletics, guys. All right.
Machete, stop him! For a little inspiration.
Yeah, that'll
Okay.
work. Yeah, because we're technically not in an. It's kind of wibbly wobbly. It's
Yeah,
fine. That's
I-
fine.
So, athletics, you say?
Yes.
Cool. Tote's gonna use that. 9.
21.
Yeah.
So Ermgrim just straight up, like with his other hand, just hits you right in the sternum with like a palm up and just sends you flying like a good 10 feet and back as he pulls his blade out again. Anybody else doing anything?
I mean, it's just
I'll say by
pulling.
this point you guys have arrived.
How far are we away from him? From Grim? Like how far? would you
I'd say you're maybe between 40 and 30 feet away.
Which one, 40 or 30?
I'd say he is 40 because he has short little legs, and you're 30.
And I'm 30.
I'm just like, I got little legs.
So if I'm 30 feet away,
Mm-hmm.
I want to Misty Step 30 feet to him.
Ooh, just
and
handle those spell slots.
hit
Okay,
him with the shield.
okay. You want to athletics check, shove him with
Yeah.
with your shield? Sure, go ahead. Pose athletics again.
Okay, so let's see.
Ooh, these are big rolls.
I
Is it
will.
40 feet away? Okay, I can't do it.
17.
17.
So what happens?
Rollies. Do it again.
Okay, he said rollies.
I wish I was close enough because I would have done something.
Not 20 or not 20.
27.
12. You and just completely side check him with your shield and knock him, and he gets knocked into the side of the stage. He pulls himself up and just goes very Wolverine-esque and pulls his plasma blade out again. His eyes are full of unfettered rage.
Okay. So I'm going to. Oh, that guy's on the ground, huh? I'm going to grab him. And
Harness
toss-
boy?
Yep, and toss him behind me.
As he skids up against the dirt and stone.
He'll be all right. And I'm going to.
He's okay. Actually, for having a hole like in his pectoral, he's okay.
Okay.
Like this guy is no joke.
And so he is behind me now.
Yeah.
And I'm just there.
That's
Waiting.
all you can do
Yep.
with your turn.
Yep.
Okay. Argus, you get there.
I'm going to be like, he's seeking vengeance.
Ermgrim like is so angry, and he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out what looks like some sort of charcoal that's burning like an ember, and he holds it up, and he looks at you. His life is mine by right.
I'm not here to stop you.
He nods at you, and then he looks at you.
Let them fight at least. It'll
And
be
so
on.
I'll look over at Argus and be like,
He killed his sister.
I'll put away Warm Blizzard.
When did I ever say anything like that?
He did in Ascending.
Yes, because he sent it to him. He sent to him.
We saw it in his vision, and he sent to his sending back to me. He said, "Don't get in my way," and we heard him mention the sister.
Okay.
Unless we're just
You put your
completely
sword
wrong.
away?
And I step to the side.
You step to the side?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What are you doing?
I'm gonna move closer to him and go, this is not the time to be dealing with this stuff. Somehow the stoneworm knows that you're here. They're searching for you. You need to run.
Roll a persuasion check. I want you to roll this in this guy, because this could be huge.
Okay.
He wants you to roll in that whack blue thing. Give you a bad roll.
Power of tyranny.
14 plus 11, 25.
Good job.
That was the fucking DC, you piece of shit.
Fucking bard.
Bard is proficient in persuasion.
Stop ruining my plans.
Well, no, the Bard has expertise in persuasion.
Okay. He looks at you. He locks eyes with you. You cannot empathize with this individual at this current moment because you've never felt what this person is feeling right now. You've never been to war, to all out, absolute, utter, inhumane war. You have never experienced what it is that is causing him to rage like this. And you feel...
Well, my sister's currently threatened, so
just
I could feel it a
wait,
little
just wait. But like, what the feeling that you get from him is that you feel like a scared child in the shadow of his rage. There is, and yet you stand there and tell him to stop, and tell him that there's things that need to be considered before this, and that now is not the time. And like just your innate, the whole aberrant mind, your mind connection with the insight of what's going on with him too, you can like sense, oh, this has been long overdue. Don't you dare tell me it's the time. And you kind of have this like internal mind battle with just the looks in both of your eyes, but you stand stalwart. Even though you feel tiny, you don't let him know that you feel tiny. And his hand slowly lowers with the plasma blade on it as he retracts it. And then he just looks down at the harnessed guy with just absolute disdain and disgust. And the harness guy looks up, coughs up a bunch of blood, has his hand on his back. He's like, long time no see. You knock him
I just
out.
want to punch him dead.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Shit.
No roll required, especially in this scenario. You punch him until you knock him out.
Shut your mouth.
It's very much like, oh, you're gonna open your mouth.
Just
Fine.
You double tap
Fuck
and go
you.
pop, pop, and you just hit him in the jaw and you knock him out.
Absolutely. Shut up.
Okay. You've knocked out somebody in public-ish. Zemdak and Log. You notice the rest of your party is gone-ish.
I mean, do we hear the scuffle
Aren't we
from...
almost on the stage?
Probably not. Probably not. What I will say is that you do see, because the stage isn't like, it's like, 6 feet tall, but like you do see other individuals beyond the stage like moving, and you do recognize the ears of Trisheni and
Log seat.
yeah. So and things have calmed down. Pernua doesn't need to really be there anymore. She does pull herself up and kicks the guy right in the ribs that punched her, and she just says, "Be polite," and then just flips her spear around to the blunt end and just pops him in the temple.
Nice.
I don't like to hit civilians, but that was uncalled for.
I think we should probably not be here.
Yeah, let's get
I
going.
see Trisheni over there.
You see what looks like a dwarven youth kind of like running away, being like, "Stoneworm, stoneworm, the wonderful stoneworm." It's this one kid like running away as looks like their mother picks him up and like covers his mouth and goes like, "Shut up and move," and just runs away.
Grimmy, get out of here. Cast invisibility on him.
You cast invisibility on him?
I told him to get out of here and cast invisibility.
Ooh, roll another persuasion check. If you think he's letting this guy out of his sight.
Well, but the regular should be coming in here soon too. Is more part
Yeah.
of it. Nat 20.
Oh my fucking.
So 31. Stoneworm has regulars coming. You need to get out of here.
I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. You win, go home. I don't know what you want.
I don't know if the microphones picked up what you said. But
No.
I don't think you
TJ
did.
admitted defeat.
You win, go home.
we win D&D.
We're calling the game early tonight.
Calling it. Okay. Ormgrim, you don't know if you're talking to an empty space or not, but
He said, get out
No
of here.
response.
There's regulars coming.
you don't know if you're talking to an empty space or not, but there's no response.
And I'm showing some trust that considering I made him invisible and just told him to leave.
You'll know if the guy has his throat.
Yeah, exactly. I'll know if he succeeded in a few seconds.
Slouched over in the corner where I was pushed aside, I send a message. Grim, I'm sorry. I understand now. It was your sister. We'll have vengeance another day.
I can promise you that.
I just nod.
Okay. So you feel pressed into your palm a piece of charcoal that is still burning and glowing like an ember. And then that's it. As something brushes past you.
Okay.
And you just hear, by night.
So I don't know what that is.
No, you don't. Because you were never part of like a proper.
Right.
Black Plague.
For what?
Oh, we can.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys are here. You sent Ermgrim off. The orator left. Orator, whatever.
Potato,
You still
potato.
have the unconscious harness boy here with the emblem of the Vogel clan on them.
You want to get the hell out of here?
Yeah, you guys start to hear the locked in step sounds of a regular patrol, like
Let's get out of here.
a detachment.
Are we all back together, or are you guys still on the other side of the stage?
I mean, we can start.
Can we actually see?
There's nothing
we,
really.
we came around. You pointed her out.
Okay,
we
so-
came
so
around.
I didn't hear that we actually came around.
Yeah, so this place actually dispersed rather quickly because so there's nothing really for you or Pernod to do anymore. There's nobody there. It's just everybody just completely vacated the area. So yeah, you saw her ears and you went over there.
I haven't dropped invisibility yet, by the way.
Yeah, perfect.
Amazing.
So y'all all are like, "Where's Locke?"
He's right by me. We're good. Let's go.
How did you know he
Okay.
was there?
Because he said, "Open up the bag,"
Yeah, because
and he stuffed the third jar in
Oh, right. Okay, cool.
there. Well, so I don't know he's right behind me.
Yeah, you're just guessing, but yeah.
Guys, we should get out of here now.
Yeah,
That's what I just said.
Let's go.
Yeah,
So what am I
it's
gonna
like
do
it's
for-
like tick,
avoid
talk,
this knockdown?
5.
Leave him here.
Guys,
4,
just run. That's
3.
Go.
Go.
Okay,
We
you
just
guys
take off.
You guys start running. Which direction are you running?
North. So we're behind the.
Yeah, we're gonna
Away
follow
from
the
the
Vogel
footsteps.
bar.
So you're gonna go past back that way. Okay, cool. Did you say are you carrying the dude? Are you
Nope.
bringing the dude? Are you leaving him there?
Right there.
You're leaving him there? Okay. You leave him there, and you guys split the fuck out of here, and you put your left foot and put your right foot, and you
I flip
skedaddle.
my cloak on the opposite side and wrap the pennant around my face like I was wearing a scarf. That's why I was looking for merch.
You got it. So you just looked like
And I
a
kinda hunch
person
over.
that's just a person that was part of the crowd that was like, yay, Clan Vogel, and then
kind of Bedouin-esque. A
Yeah,
little bit.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just like, and I hunch over, look, and try
Yeah.
to act elderly, more elderly.
Are you injured?
No, I'm fine. Just trying to hide from our friend.
Oh, yeah.
that.
Because he's gonna know that I cast a spell on him, very soon. Yeah.
Good call. Good call.
Thanks. But yes, I am injured, but like it's bruises. It's more bruises to my ego than it
It's
is.
just a disembodied voice
I'm
talking.
sorry about that. Sorry.
It's okay.
Where
It's
are you
not
guys headed?
It's the crowd.
Can we try to curve back around and maybe go to the
The Whispered Wall.
Canary?
The candy the
general
candy
store.
canary. Yeah, if you want to.
You need a cloak.
Yes.
As,
You
as
got
we're
it.
doing this, I'm also going to be. Tisheni, it'll be okay.
Eleazar saw that
You're
shop
better
right here,
now.
so
Don't worry. Little
Yeah, it's not
healing
too
word on
far.
you.
Oh,
I'd say
Thank you.
maybe 5-10
Thank you.
minutes away.
and we've got to go a couple blocks
the
out
bruises
around.
go away.
Hey, if you kind of like take a little bit of a roundabout way, but yeah, you can get there. Is
Cool.
that where you guys want to head?
Yep.
Yep, and then I want to
7
go
hit
to the
points
store
back
that
to
was
you.
I
right
mean, hey,
next
that
to
helps a lot. So.
It wasn't right next to it. That was are you talking about the War College?
it. Yeah.
Okay, the War College isn't right next to it. It was another like 15 minutes away.
Thank you.
It was just
We can
these
circle
are
back
just
around
things
to
that you
that.
found on the way to
Gotcha,
where the
right
right
next-
was.
okay.
But yeah, you can absolutely hit that up afterward or
Okay, that's
during
fine.
if you want to split up.
No, I'll do it afterwards.
Okay.
As we're running, I cast Healing Word on Trisheni, on me, and also on Pernua, so we don't look like we were just in the middle of a fucking
You got it.
riot.
Just mark down the spell slots, and Pernua doesn't need it because she heals 1 hit point at the beginning of the
Okay,
round.
well then for me and Trisheni, which is
yeah,
I got 8 points.
I took a little bruising, but
Fine, log as well, which you get 8 points.
yeah.
Does it show through your disguise?
It's crazy having
a
an
good
immortal
question.
on your fucking group. I don't know what to do
probably
about it. I'm sorry.
It was asking
9
if it
hit points.
shows
Would his
my
like
disguise.
bruises show through his disguise self?
No. It's an illusion. He can make it look at whatever he wants.
Sorry, you get 9 hit points back, log.
More than I need.
Great. Yeah, you guys go to the Candy Canary.
So what are you at as far as hit points?
Oh, I am at. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm at 36
Out of what?
45.
And then where are you at, Log?
I'm full now.
Okay. So I'm going to give her the balance. So 36 out of 45 is what, 9?
Yeah.
So I'll give you 9 because I got the lay on hands.
You also feel cured of disease. No, just kidding. That's not how it works. So I did look this up. You actually have to expend all 5 of. You're fine. What you did was fine. I'm talking about something else.
Okay.
You have to expend all 5 of your lay on hate, all 5 of those points to remove 1 effect.
Yes.
Right.
You don't heal them 5 and remove the effect. You just
either or.
remove the effect by expending 5. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
And you can't do both in the same turn.
Exactly.
You pick one or the other.
Yes, it's an action to do either.
Like you can't burn 5 to cure a wound plus add 5 more on top of it.
either or as an action.
Just an FYI, we spent all of our party funds.
I've
We have
got
the
some-
defensible goods stuff, and we have the diamonds for Revivify. But that magic item shop, plus we bought more diamonds, plus the greater restoration spells.
I have
Right.
a little bit of.
Unless this
gold
is
still.
wrong, we burned through our whole party fund.
All right, we need to
For
find
the
some
party
work.
funds, yeah, I got.
I still
I've
still
got
have some
some.
gold if we need some. But
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I
I've
still
got
have a little
money
bit
too.
the party fund itself, I think we burned through.
Yeah.
Different things.
Yep.
I can work a little bit for some stuff too. If people need
Work?
that. Well, I used to be a scribe. You know, it's not as great of pay as what we're doing now, but it's definitely steady. Thank you.
You can make
for
the.
getting me back up. I just, you know,
I worked for the odd silver, in college that way. It works.
yeah, totally works.
It's required when you're a story bard.
So we're headed to the Canary.
Okay, yeah. So you guys arrive at the at the Candy Canary.
You've been eating squirrel meat.
You gave me so much good food. It's my body's way of thinking. Thank you. So, yes, you completely caught me off my feet. You've destroyed you've destroyed my plans. All of my well-made plans.
Walk into the candy canary.
You make me poot, and then you.
Nobody makes your body do anything.
TJ's a little upset with us, it seems like.
let me know when I'm in this building.
Absolutely live it. It's an hour, right?
Yeah.
You're.
I got time.
You got time. I mean, that
it'll
whole
probably-
thing was like no more than 10 minutes.
It'll probably be about the time that the dude's coming
Another-
after her, like,
Another 10 minutes or so of the store,
Yeah.
so you probably got 40
Yeah, you got
minutes.
time. And that guy's charms was like, oh, I wonder if she'll stop by for dinner tonight.
I never told him my name.
You didn't?
Nope.
I didn't find out his name either, but you know.
Just some random
think she really
Kenran.
cares.
Just
Actually, that bard and I never
just put
changed
on a-
names either.
You put an ad on Keddig's list. That's misconnections. The forum on the board.
Gave Billy his cough medicine.
Give Billy his
Storm.
card. Oh my god, that was funny. Keddig's list. I'm very proud of that one.
Send him towards the breach for that too.
Yeah. Like,
Okay,
Meet me
so
at the breach.
this building it's pretty nondescript. As I said, it's like made of mica wood and stone, with those odd contraptions on the outside. You guys enter and you hear.
I didn't make it inside. I was distracted by the kinetic
Well,
sculptures.
somebody
outside.
did. Somebody went.
Yeah,
inside.
no, I would just like.
Eliezer went inside.
Oh, I would have gone inside.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't tell if that was the beginning of a police song. Or like,
It was like the bell thing that is attached to some
yeah.
door.
It was a
but
cuckoo clock.
It was
Yeah.
but it was like some sort of device that got triggered, and it played like a little, like a little. It dropped a little beat.
Okay. Hey. My kind of stuff.
And,
Cole is now playing with the door.
Yeah, and as you walk in, the walls and the shelves and like are covered with tiny little like clockwork contraptions and tiny little tinkery things and little trinkets and there looks to be a whole like bird cage off, like a very very large bird cage that goes all the way to the floor and appears to be like 8-10 feet tall and about like 3 feet wide, filled with a dozen clockwork like parakeets and canaries and little things that are just going.
Hearing the door, Cole, like, after it stops, Cole opens it again and then shuts it. Oh, yeah. Cole's enjoying that. Like, he's going to open that door like 5 or 6
I'll
times.
be right with you. Oh, hold on one moment, please. I know, it's very catchy, isn't it? Hold on, I'm
Cole,
not
leave the damn door alone.
so busy here. I wasn't expecting such a rush. Oh, my goodness.
And then he walks in and it's just the small
Gonna
group
make
of
so
6.
much money today.
I didn't make it inside. I got distracted by the sculptures that were outside.
Sure, yeah.
So,
And I'm like looking at the clockwork and trying to figure
Yeah,
out.
they're actually like quite. I mean, they look to be a little jerry rigged, but they're quite well fashioned. They're like, it's somebody that really knows what they're doing with limited materials.
Okay. Is there anything I can learn from the way they've put these together? I mean, just sort of.
You can
flavory
attempt
kind
to.
of-
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and roll a tinkering check for me? As you're just like, you don't even make it inside. You're just outdoor being like, this is it.
after a minute, Cole's going to open the door and go, Boots, you should come check out this door chime. And then shut it again.
25.
25.
Goes, starts to walk down. I was like, oh,
I'll be following you.
One of the
I get to Lizzie log like dancing. Invisible.
invisible. Yeah. I'm saying silent.
one of the, I want to say, not paradigms, one of like the 101 lesson things or like methods of tinkering that Oros required you to learn before he would even take you seriously as an apprentice, even if he ever did take you seriously as an apprentice, was to learn about like clockwork machinery, because that's like kind of like a basis of very like fundamental stuff. Like, okay, this is not Magitech stuff. It's just tension and coils and gears and running, and it really helps you understand the basic engineering of machinery.
Yep.
Whether it be small or not, it's some clockwork stuff. So you understand the principle of clockwork machinery. What you're seeing here is fascinating, just because it looks like they're working with pretty low quality ingredients and not ingredients, but materials that shouldn't be able to be fabricated in such a precise way, an intricate way. Like, that metal is far too hard for it to have the gears and like teeth on the gears too small. Like how the heck did they do that? Like without heavy pieces of machinery and like magic and other stuff. It's expert craftsmanship. It's just but it looks to be just for fun.
Okay.
Or, like from what you can learn from it, I would say
clockwork.
Pure clockwork out here at least. Pure clockwork. From what you're learning from it is that like whoever this is, what you learn, you don't learn about tinkering from it. What you learn from it is the insight into the maker, and the insight in the maker is that you learn that this person is very, very, very good and has a lot of experience.
Okay.
Granted, it doesn't look like they have the desire to make anything as groundbreaking and revolutionary as, say, your Steel Defender.
They're not a practical maker. They're
a
Artist.
recreational artist. Yeah.
cool.
Look at that. I made an tinker artist. Look at me. Be proud of me.
After that
You open it.
examination, just as he stops playing with the door.
And me and T are gone. We're like, gee.
Yeah.
We're walking down aisle.
He's
You
like,
just needed the
Here's some
cloak,
paper
man.
in here. There's something, a cloak, some paper.
you just hear the back.
Oh, it's popping in my business establishment this evening. Woo! I'm so excited to see how many customers I have.
And it'll be you.
One for each time the door opens.
Yeah, I probably opened it like 6 or 7
you hear, like,
times.
Oh no.
You done broke the damn door.
slowly make it down these tiny little stairs.
Are we gonna
You
take
see
advantage of another old man?
this hunched over, very, very old female half elven person with spectacle. As she pops up as she like moves, and then you just see these big like, whoa, way too big eyes because the spectacles are just way too big. Well, hello! And rounded, kind of like rounded face with wrinkles and lines everywhere, and just very emotive in her speech and movement as she kind of walks over.
Welcome. Not as many as I was expecting, but that's okay. How are you this evening?
Sorry,
What
I
race
like
is
your
she?
daughter chime.
Oh, well, thank you very much. It took me a while to get the timing down of the gears. I kept getting upset because it was a quarter of a beat off almost all the time.
Oh, that quarter of a beat off will drive you mad.
Agreed.
What race did you say she was?
She's half elven.
Half elven.
She's very old. She wears what looks like a very old aged, like you can tell because it has all those like white crinkles in it. A leather apron with all those little crinkles in it, and so many pockets overflowing with tiny little like pocket protector tools. All over her. Her face is smeared with grease on like one side. It looks like she has a little bit of a crustache that kind of has like what appeared to be like chalk on it from like when she was making chalk lines for like schematics or blueprint designs. She doesn't really care. Her hair is tied back. This like her white and gray hair is tied back in a big old messy bun with like two what looks like gear cleaner brushes in it. That are just like sharp on the handle end, but then just have brushes up there, and it's just held up with that. It looks like she's holding a cane that's more of like a club, but the club has a big old knot on the top, and it's not like of wood, but it looks like it makes of some sort of like brass or copper or something like that. You also notice that on her right hand, her middle finger, her ring finger, and her pinky are entirely mechanical. She and an articulatable, like full on Luke Skywalker mecha hand. Just the fingers though, just from the palm to the fingers. And she walks up to the kind of like,
Well, it's so nice to have people coming in. How can I help you this evening?
Do you have cloaks available?
Cloaks?
Yeah.
Of course. What kind of cloak? What do you need? You need leather cloak, cloth cloak, canvas cloak.
Very basic.
Basic.
Yelling from
Sounds
down
like
the
she needs a
aisle.
cloth cloak.
Yeah.
Down the aisle.
They went to get away from the child.
They moved away from the door since I kept opening
It's
it.
a very small space. There's not a whole lot. Like the actual interior of this, the atrium of this area is maybe like 20 foot by 20. Well, no, I'm sorry, like 15 feet by 15 feet.
You would have had to enter her living quarters to get away from the
Yeah,
sound.
like it looks like, and there's a counter here, and then beyond the counter, it's one of those shops that just so crowded with so much product that you have to like duck and move past from what you see behind the counter, and it looks like she came from a very skinny stairwell. It's only big enough for 1 foot at a time that goes up to another level where she like lives.
Okay.
It is a very small, cramped space, and there's stuff everywhere.
What is your name, by the way?
Oh, I'm Calanicius Phaedrus. At your service.
Can you please spell that?
Yes, without the accent or the lisp.
Calanicius, Callanicius.
Okay.
Calanicius expialidocious.
Phaedrus, or Phaedros, depending on your dialect. Phaidros.
A tinker extraordinaire and very polite and wonderful old woman.
Are you responsible for the statues outside?
Well, of course, in my spare time, I make a few things.
As a aspiring tinker myself, I applaud your artistry.
Yes, of course.
I'm still writing.
She takes off these and puts on another set.
Oh, yes, of course. Wonderful. Yes. Is that yours?
Yes.
Oh, he's beautiful. What a marvel. What a pretty boy. So beautiful. You made him
Yeah.
from scratch?
Yes.
What's from scratch?
Yeah.
Oh, you've got the makings of pardon me. You have the makings of a wonderful tinker of the ages within you, child.
Aspiring traveling tinker at your service.
Oh, it's so good to see one. You know, I'm too old to keep doing the traveling thing, so I had to settle down. These old knees.
And you hear her knock her like club walking step up against and go tink tink tink.
These old knees ain't what they used to be.
Did you augment those as well? I see your
Yes,
fingers.
well, you know, they needed a replacement. The cartilage is just completely fucking shot at this age, you know.
I have Conk hold up his hands. I've been working on hands myself. Do you mind if I take a look at your finger?
Yeah, I suppose. Here you go.
I pull out my notes
Such a
from
gentleman.
the Warforged hand.
Yep.
Like, I turn my notes to that page, and I have Conk hold up my hands, and I, like, sort of do a
Oh,
comparison.
cool. Yeah.
See if there's anything I can...
Interesting. Okay, one of the main differences here is that this is purely mechanical and not magical. Her hand is purely mechanical and not magical, based on the very minute flex of the tendons within what is left of the stubs of her hand, causing the clockwork mechanisms within to retract, expand, and tense up, or whatever it is called. And like basically replicating tendons, but very, very rudimentary.
It's
But
all wires and cogs and...
there's no wires. It's small hydraulics and cogs and like clockwork things. And so there's no like actual electricity or no current going through it. It's entirely mechanical.
No, I meant like tension wires. Like
Yes, tension wires. Yes. What you do notice that is that it's so well done that she has no loss of fine motor skills.
Did you attach those yourself, or did you
Of
have
course.
somebody who helped you attach those?
No, just me and my old. Well, they're gone now, but I used to have the twofers that helped out quite a bit.
twofers?
The chompers.
Your teeth?
Yes.
Your teeth helped you.
Yes, well, can't do surgery on one hand with just one hand.
Oh! I got you. You use them as an extra.
Of course. Do you not?
What is?
I mean,
You
I
should
have
see how
before.
strong my lip
Yeah.
muscles are.
Honest.
I noticed that you don't use any magic in your artifice.
Oh, I never really messed around with that hoodoo voodoo mumble jumble stuff.
But your construction is incredibly good.
Well, thank you. You sure know how to flatter a lady.
How do you do that with the fingers? I know some people who could really use that kind of technology.
Oh, well, I mean, it would take quite a while to explain it to you, young'un. But if you're willing to, I do conduct a master class on Gondar.
Gondar's tomorrow.
Yes, I think so. Let me check my calendar.
Just to get it clear,
The 29th
you're doing
should
a
be a
masterclass on fingers.
Or
Just
Tinkering in general.
extremity replacement with clockwork techniques. There's an opening.
I would very much like to sit in on that.
Oh, wonderful.
too.
Good, you'll be the only one.
no, some
There's
kids-
an opening, and it's for me. Perfect.
Well, great. I do charge, of
What
course, for
about you're
attendance.
going to attach them to the kids?
You charge?
Yes, of course. Yes, I mean, like,
No, you were saying.
yes.
How much?
Well, how much? It was 10 gold for a master class.
Oh, that's
Is it just the one spot you have?
Depends who's asking.
I would like to attend too.
Very well. I believe I could pencil you in.
Cole will give her 10 gold just right now.
Ooh, big spender.
While they're all distracting her, I'm trying to.
Don't you
look
dare
around.
steal from this woman.
I'm looking
Dare steal
around.
from my nice old lady.
I'm just
Why?
surveying
We
and
couldn't want
looking
your nice
for
old
the-
man.
Something that
I'm sorry, I
is-
broke character. I'm so sorry. I got very emotional.
That was.
Yeah, I was looking for something that is small
We've
but
ruined
looks
enough things
expensive.
today.
Small but looks expensive.
he's gonna steal from the old lady.
That's our log.
I'm in a shop invisible.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Where were you? You're about to be in the pit of despair. The pit is despair. I want you to roll something for me. I want you to roll an investigation check for me.
Sorry, it's not bad. It's not good. Investigation, that's just a 10.
A 10. Okay. You. One of the things you're noticing as you're looking through here is like, it's kind of junk. Like most of this is junk. It's like junk made into some sort of practical or art for art's sake kind of pieces, whether they be clockwork or like there's like a big old bucket of scraps that doesn't seem very much worthy of pretty much anything. But she does have like a bunch of other stuff, like anything that you would need from a general store. She also has. It's just that she carries way too much stuff than she should for how big this place is, which is all her own like little tinkering projects as well. So she'll pick something up and be like, oh, I could make a nice little teacup out of this, and then like it's mostly knickknacks and tchotchkes and stuff like that. Whereas, but there are also the practical things of Explorer's Pact. But she keeps all that in the back. You're not really seeing much of that except for like there's a couple spears out front and like a couple a couple quivers of bolts and arrows and stuff like that. But nothing like super valuable. You do see a mirror, a piece of polished metal that serves as a mirror, and mirrors are kind of expensive.
It has come up where we've needed a mirror before.
So 2 slots for the master class tomorrow. Wonderful. I'm so glad to have some gentlemen at my disposal.
And where might your cloaks be? I can't seem to find them. Do you see them anywhere?
Oh yes. What fabrics would you like?
I just need the super basic, most basic cloak.
Just not
It's
in that color.
Apocalypse cloak. I understand. Wonderful. How many would you be needing?
anybody else want one as like a backup?
Do you also have some more regular clothes that aren't these desert clothes? 'Cause they don't really work as well underground as I would like.
Yeah, yes, would you like a new...
You don't like the easy breezy look?
The outfitters, the old... You're looking for the Steer Crack outfitter look, yes? You want to be dashing, handsome, mercenary. Oh,
No.
no? I tried.
No,
You just want some boring clothes?
Dashing.
no style. This one.
Oh no, dashing is great. Everybody should be dashing. However, mercenary.
It's underground soft boy is the kind of aesthetic you're looking for.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, I can do underground soft boy.
She goes back and she gathers a couple scarves and like quickly just like with her just knits them together like real fucking quick, just sews them together, and you just kind of have drapery of a bunch of different colors of like dark blue, gray, dark gray, pale blue, and they just kind of like drape on you, kind of like those old priest robes, but a little bit more mellifluous, and it's comfortable and it's breathable and gives you a lot of freedom of movement.
Thank
And
you.
you look somewhat dashing like this, and 3 gold.
Thank you.
How much for the cloak?
Oh, there's 1 gold for the person.
I give her.
Apologies for the outsiders, but you don't understand how difficult it is to get more. It's being more difficult to get more and more supplies of it ever since the whole Carradine shut down. Woo! Inflation is the thing of the gas, is what I say. Oh, pardon me.
Among the artful knick-knack junk stuff, is there anything that's like a clockwork toy, kid's toy, something like that?
Yes, many of these. There's like little like clockwork ducks that you pull back and then they move forward, that kind of thing. There's the little dipping bird type deal. Actually, one of the most expensive ones you actually notice is what appears to be, because there's that big cage with all those other birds in it. There is a smaller cage up on the counter that has a very articulate bird. Like rather than it being jerky movements, it's entirely mellifluous, and it looks like a real bird, and it is straight up right there, and it is staying in there, and it's even like it even mimics the of it like nesting within its and like preening itself, the whole thing. Yeah.
I want to go for it.
You're gonna go try to steal the nice bird?
While she's distracted.
It is in a cage that is closed.
But is it locked?
Roll perception check.
That is the cool. He said that is a lot.
14.
That is an actual long question.
It doesn't look like it's locked. It is latched, like one of those little hook locks that you would for like a wooden gate or something like that, or like a dog gate. And but the opening is on the other side of the counter, like where she would access it. And it's no more than 10 feet from her. I am doing my best not to be like making it really, really difficult for you to steal from this old lady. I'm doing my best not to do. I'm just telling you the truth, unbiased. This is what it is.
I mean, he already let us, really like rip off that other really nice old guy.
It just so happens I'm actually working on prosthetics.
Oh,
We came across.
well, this is just something I needed so that I could
No, I
keep working.
completely understand.
Not really my bailiwick, but I just, thought might as well.
Yeah, with your talent with clockwork and your ability to do that, I think you can really help me. We came across sort of a tragedy. Orphans that had to have their limbs removed.
Oh,
And I would very much like to help them.
poor sweet children.
Same
here?
No, far away.
Oh,
But
I was going to say bring them by, and I'd be happy to
If we
work on
could,
them.
we would.
if I can learn some of your tricks, I might be able to do better by them. So
Oh,
I very much look
what
forward
an altruistic endeavor.
to learning from you.
And if I can learn some of the ways that you've attached them, so that way they work, I can help them too.
Of course, I will make sure that is one of the more poignant subjects of focus within the masterclass tomorrow, if that helps. And if you need to do some, if you need some after-school mentoring or some extra credit, I'd be happy to help you.
Might happen. Hey, that's hurtful. Oh.
Would he want to sit in? I mean, it's not exactly forging, but...
No,
Yeah.
I mean...
I think he would probably
more
help
delicate
you.
work.
He might have other things to do tomorrow.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I would imagine he would help you guys learn in some capacity, right? So
If you change your mind, I'm sure I'll do my best to put in a possible third person, but I can't guarantee there'll be availability.
How big is
Understood.
the class so far?
None of your business.
I take the mirror.
Cole... Does Cole believe her?
Sometimes my business not your business.
Does Cole believe her?
Don't ask me what my business is. What? Do you believe her?
Yeah, do I believe her?
Roll an insight check. Jesus.
But yeah, I take the
11.
mirror.
Nah, you're her only customers for tomorrow.
I take the mirror.
You take the mirror? Okay, roll sleight of hand check. At advantage.
Log.
Do you happen to have any mystery boxes?
you mean like open
like things I haven't been able to figure out
Yes.
that I've collected over the years?
Yes.
Yes, I have this one mystery box that's called Not in Your Business.
I mean, I was going to see if I could purchase it from you.
You're a tinkerer.
Yes.
I want to figure it out. It's my box. Why do you think I have it?
I mean, is there anything that you would like to part with?
But it's my box. You want my box?
No.
That was a 19, by the way.
I'm 19. You steal a mirror from a very sweet old lady. Shame on you.
That's in character.
I mean, it's log.
Yeah.
Love doesn't really grasp the finer points of ownership, really.
Yes, he does. He used to raid for a living.
that might be.
That's why he does it.
All I'm taking is just a little mirror. I've grown.
But how about, listen, if you want to help me figure it out, maybe. But you know what?
Actually, there's 5 points of ownership.
You see, like, the bird that was like...
Oh, damn it. I thought I fixed this.
And she opens up the cage and reaches in for the bird and she kind of holds it and pulls out one of her screwdrivers, holds it, this tiny little like eyeglass screwdriver, holds it with her lip like here and puts another one and puts 2 in her lip and then puts 2 between like the knuckles of her fingers and starts simultaneously working on 2 different parts simultaneously and then drops one of the screwdrivers and put it in another knuckle and is working 3 different screwdrivers simultaneously with her like clockwork hand and she's like, I can't quite
Fuck is
you
her
do
deck
that?
score.
figure this out.
30.
Right.
Boots, can you do that? That's cool.
I cannot do that. That is talent that I do not have.
Dag nabbit.
and she kind of just puts it down on the table and it just kind of sits there.
This thing is this. Well, one of my products has eluded me for years now. I'm just getting really upset about it. Tell you what, if you could help me with this, I'll sell you my box.
What are you trying to get it to do?
Well, I have a little bit of a dream. It's a bit of a pipe dream.
I click down my own little molecules and I start
Really?
investigating.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it is.
For her box.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I have a little clock dream, pipe dream, clock dream. Jokes. I have a little bit of clock dream, pipe dream of to make this canary able to
Sing.
absorb my voice in a way where it can mechanically record it, and then announce messages aloud with perfect mimicry while it's flying around. Once it's finished, I'm going to call it a tweeter.
So, do you want it to do this with magic? Or,
Well, I don't know the gobbledygook hoodoo voodoo jumbo mumbo.
but if I did, would that
If
be
you jumboed my mumbo,
would that be an appropriate solution? Or
Be
do you
specific,
want...
Zemdak.
appropriate.
Or do you want to be able to do it on your own without mumbo jumbo?
Well, I do it on my own all the time. I'm talking about. Oh, I mean, yes. Well,
You said if I could fix it. Can I fix it with magic, or do you need me to fix
if you
it?
can fix me with, I mean, if you could fix the canary with magic, you're the bubbledygook.
I do know the bubbledygook.
The bubbledygook. Oh goodness! Well, look at you. So many talents. Big old steel boyfriend and magic and screwdrivers. You're just. He just reaches out to pinch your cheek. You're adorable. Sure. If you can help me fix my tweeter.
I just need a little bit of jade.
Why, you guys? My God, I am not.
I want
doing
you to
this.
re-listen.
Only
to all
20% of these are on purpose.
Just need a little bit of gem dust. Do you have any?
Gem
Jade dust.
Jade. Ooh, that's quite expensive.
Just
mineral.
Just a pinch.
Ooh,
I'll pay
boy.
for it. I just don't know a source for it here in
I
town.
wonder if I actually have any. Hold on. I'll be back momentarily. One moment, please.
You just hear, just kind of like hobble into the back, and you just hear.
Dagnabbit. Ooh. No, that's verdigris. Shingling. Oh, shut it.
And you hear. Go ahead.
Sometimes be very specific with what you're saying, because mumbo jumbo can mean a lot of things.
I'm gonna do what she asked me to do.
Well, you have fun. Do whatever you need to do. Yes.
She asked me to make her bird talk. I'm going to make her bird talk.
All right.
I know.
Yep. Okay. Just double
But I
check
also
it.
have to come back tomorrow and learn from her. So
Hey, he's putting in work for the team, right?
She comes back momentarily, like,
Well, it's not a lot, but I did have this earring that I won off a particular gentleman that wasn't fond of making sure that he kept his pieces in good repair.
would you take 10 gold for it?
Sure. Sold. Thank you very much. What is it you intend to do with this earring anyway?
I'm gonna
pop it off the housing.
pop it out of the housing. Is there a way that I can fasten it inside the mouth
Of the canary?
of the canary?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I'm sure you have some sort of adhesive. You could like put it up to
A little
the top of the
solder.
beak.
And
Yeah.
then I wipe a little bit of honey across it. Just a
Okay.
little smear. And I'm going to ritual cast Magic Mouth.
Cool. You do so. And it's like
What would you like it to say? Can you make bird noises?
I mean, I can try.
I think you're probably going to be the best
I
bird
pull
noise
out my.
maker.
I pull out my.
your little flute.
My fife.
Yeah.
And I record.
And it goes.
It can be as long as 10 minutes. So as long as you can play bird noises.
Yeah, I create a variety of them, so it sounds like it's like singing along with whatever's going by.
And you want it to do this as it's flying, correct?
Yes, of course. Well, it can already fly.
No, I mean, when do you want it to sing? Do you want to say a specific word
All
to
the
make
time.
it sing?
I want it to fly around town and tell everybody what I'm doing all the time.
I will say this.
I can really
sound
only
like
give
an
it
order.
one message.
Oh, can I reset it every day?
No.
Oh. Well, that's okay. What if I use it as an advertisement?
You need the mumble jumbo to reset it.
I understand. Oh,
The jade is already there, but you need...
So it's now or never. Oh, the pressure is big. Oh, this is very, there's so much anxiety. Okay, hold on. What should it be? Telekinesis knows what she misses. No, that's not it. Phaedrus Make it a dangerous. It's dangerous. No. Hold on.
I was made at the Canny Canary.
Ooh. I was made at the Canary. Come round, see what's hairy. No, that's not right. No, that's definitely not right.
Fuck, I didn't mean that one at all. Fucking damn it.
I know you're talking about her
Candy
box. Now
Canary
everything's
can make your
hairy.
dreams come true? Something like that? Candy Canary can work for you?
I will say this. Cole's making it sound like one of the birds from where he grew up at, though. So it's a northern bird.
A dream at the Canary will fit your super dandy. No, that's not it. This is difficult. The pressure. I didn't know. Oh dear.
I mean, you haven't been thinking about this?
Calicanicious Banacaloo is zibbity bobbity boo. Come to the Canary today.
Disney will slap us.
Yes.
Well, it's parody law.
Well, to a certain extent, yes.
Actually, I think that's public domain now. No?
No, they redid the law several years ago so Disney could keep hold of it.
Mickey Mouse enters public domain in 2 years.
That's great.
And that was the law that we're talking
That's
about.
probably why they did that.
I don't know. Oh goodness, why would you do this to me? I mean, thank you. Stop. No. I mean, yes. I'm so confused.
You
I was
challenged
made at
me,
the
and I'm
Canny
trying to
Canary,
solve your
come by
challenge.
instead at others like me.
Oh,
You've been
yes.
trying to make it do this.
I'm a pretty canary. Come to the Canary. No, I'm a pretty.
I was made at the Canny Canary, come instead at others like
It
me.
has to rhyme.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
You don't appreciate the method.
Be merry at the Candy Canary.
If you want to be married, come by the Canary.
There you go.
That's it.
Yes,
That's it.
That's it.
That's the winner.
All right. So that plus the bird whistles sort of leading into it and then out of it.
Wonderful. Stupendous.
While it's flying, that'll constantly sort of loop.
Tremendously beautiful. Fantastic. What was it that we agreed to again?
You'd sell me your box.
Right.
Oh, good. He hears it now.
Right, my box. How foolish of me to agree to this. Of course. No, of course. I'll sell you a box. So,
She pulls out from the counter this large metal. You're not sure. I'm gonna.
You do this to
Yeah,
yourself.
It's not going to get any better. I'm sorry.
Pulls out from the counter
Large
this
metal.
large metal. But is it metal? You're not sure. It looks like it has like wood grain on it, but it's metal. And it has no seam around it whatsoever.
I've seen ironwood. Is it ironwood?
This is ironwood.
Okay.
For sure. This is a large box made of ironwood. But you don't know whether it's solid or hollow. You cannot tell. You don't really know the weight ratios of ironwood.
Nope. Revig
there's-
was made out of ironwood.
Yeah,
But
one of
that
the many
was-
materials he was, but that was.
But I also couldn't weigh his arm to figure out.
But you see no seams.
Okay.
Very, very, very sharp edges, like complete 90-degree all the way to the very, very tip. Rectangular box,
Okay.
about 3 inches tall, 14 inches wide, and 7 inches deep. And no seams whatsoever. It's just there. It's just like a rectangular prism.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
I'm gonna
What's in the box?
telepath.
We haven't had a short rest yet.
I can't see you. I can't connect with you. I'm
So-
just having fun.
Well, what you actually say is, "I need a nap."
So
Well, and
that
since I
was the
can't
deal,
see
right?
him, I can't actually connect with
yes.
you. I'm
Oh,
just,
you want me to figure out what's in the box, right?
I'm just whispering
Or
out loud.
You want the box?
I want the box.
Yeah. Oh, you want? Right. I'm selling you the box.
You're selling me the box.
I'm selling you the box. Selling you my box. What? Okay.
She looks at you. She puts down. She's like scanning you a lot, and she's like,
How much do you think the box is worth? What's your offer?
How about a jar of bugs?
Jar of bugs? No? Why would I? No, I don't want a jar of bugs. Why would I? What kind of bugs? Why? Don't look at me like that.
A jar of bugs.
What? Produce this jar of bugs.
Take the deal.
Persuasion
I'll
check.
throw in a bottle of mushroom wine.
No. I don't believe. No. No. Not gonna happen.
Okay.
What else you got? Jar of bugs and some wine? What do you think? What do you take me for? A cheap date? Come on.
You never know what somebody wants.
Okay.
Cole's gonna whisper, well, you ought to sell him.
I want something.
Always offer them an interesting trade.
Now listen.
I learned that one from another traveling
Okay.
tutor.
If I may, do you sell, like, I know you're not into the hoodoo mumbo
Yes.
jumbo stuff, but do you sell those things here? And if so, I could
Like
do,
what? What do you have in mind?
scrolls and things. Because if
You
for my
mean
friend
like
here-
mumbo jumbo on paper?
yes, that people can
I don't
use.
have mumbo jumbo on paper, but I have lots and lots of paper.
That's great. If I may, I could help with this. I can give you a little bit of those mumbo jumbos on paper if you give me the paper.
Oh, you give me instructions to reset the ad of my tweeter?
I don't know that magic. You'd have to work with
I
me
can
to
repin a
do that,
tweeter?
but- no. I know some other things, but you could sell those for
I
a
can
lot of money.
I can retweet. No? I don't
no.
understand.
I can, as payment, I can help work and give you some scrolls that you can sell to people that they could use for magic, and it's expensive
Oh.
for them to buy it. But I am giving it, as long as you give me the paper and the ink, I can do it
That's
for free as payment for the
that's
for
now
the mystery box.
that's a market I don't really know a whole lot about. It sounds scary.
It's not scary. You just have to talk to the
You're not
universe.
scary.
It's very normal. It's okay.
It's not scary.
No.
Okay, have you killed somebody?
Only when I needed to. Self-defense, you see.
Maybe you are a little scary. It's a little scary. Have you killed people with the things you're going to put in my shop?
She
No,
only kills
no.
people when she dances.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
I've got some killer moves, you know.
Hey, she's funny.
Do you want to see her dance?
What's up?
I got another deal for you.
Okay, I've got another possible answer to your inquiry before my nap.
A cup made of solid gold, filled with coins stamped before the Empire and the Maw was formed.
Ooh, an antique.
Yes.
Will you produce said cup and coin so I may look upon them with my beautiful eyes? Thank you.
And I pull out some of the pre-Kenrin coins. Ching, 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 ching.
And she goes,
Oh, this is beautiful.
is this the cup that you got from
From
the
the bank?
acid trap?
No, from the bank.
Oh, you stole from Tokrin's Trust?
The pen cup.
Yeah, the pen cup, the solid gold pen cup.
Yep.
Amazing.
This is solid gold.
That's what I said.
And it's so boring. I love it. It's perfect.
It's
It's shiny and boring and practical. It's my favorite.
Deal?
I want it.
Deal.
Wait, let me see the coins. Never see the coins. What is this? I've never seen this insignia before. What is it? Where you say it's ancient, old? Where'd you get it from?
From the Maw before the Empire was formed.
The Emperor?
The coalition of the
The old coalition,
Golden Dawn.
Interesting. You know, I've been looking for
pre-Kenran settlement.
That's great. I'm more interested in the material that they're made out of, really, because I could use them.
Ancient
for...
gold probably has some interesting properties.
You notice something that's not
Untouched by time.
How much?
8 coin. Like.
How many coins?
8 coins.
8 coins.
You have any more?
I do. What's the deal?
Make it 25, and the ugly cup. There's a deal.
We have 396, so I'll part with 25.
Okay. I mean,
Unless one of you guys stops me, because you're all here.
The only one who would try and stop you is the one who's saying, "Yeah, go ahead." I have no reason
have
to
a
stop
deal.
you from selling pre-Kenran coin.
I could make some cool button eyes with these coins. This is pleasure doing business with you, and I'm happy to sell you my box. And I love these coins and this cup. I can't wait to drink out of it and use it to hold some paint.
And I will see you tomorrow.
Yes, for the master class, of course. I almost forgot. You see, when Calicanissus doesn't get her when Callie doesn't get her nap, she forgets things. So I gotta make sure I sleep at least 10 hours a day. If
Make
not
sure you
more.
get that nap so you don't forget that I paid you.
What? Paid me what?
For the master class tomorrow.
Oh, yes, of course. Did you pay me?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Good. I should really write this down somewhere.
Please do.
Probably good to have
Okay.
logs.
And you still need to complete your purchase.
Cole will actually write it down and hand it to her.
Oh, thank you
Master
very much.
class, and it'll
Did you
say
get your
lock
cloak
and
already?
boots
Puts
on
it
it.
behind her ear.
You asked
Thank you
him,
very
But it'll
much.
say lock and boots on it.
but you were asking for just like arcane supplies, mumbo jumbo supplies.
What are you doing, Eleazar?
I am just walking around the store, so if there's anything that grabs my eye, more than likely not, but it's a new store, so I'm just walking around,
Yeah.
checking things out.
I mean,
'Cause I don't really need anything.
the kind of like aesthetic here, you're very treasure oriented here. Like, you don't really get the ooh gold kind of thing. That even though there are bits of gold and baubles around, it's more of just like that kind of like, oh, these are all one of a kind items and they're rare.
Right.
So that's like, your like treasure sense gets a little tingle, but other than that, you know.
Yes, I'm just enjoying the walk around the store.
Great. Sure. If there's anything else I can get you, I have so many things. For you, for me, we're all one big family. Do you like to dance? I heard you're a killer dancer.
Yeah, I mean,
Literally.
Yeah, I mean, look at that.
Careful, I have 2 left feet.
You'll be fine.
So be careful.
I'll
no,
start
no,
dancing.
literally, I had to take one off.
Oh,
It doesn't matter.
I see. It's okay. It's
You,
okay.
you built them the same.
See, I wasn't really. I sometimes forget, and I made 2
Lefts.
to left.
It happens to
Did
everyone.
you take it and just flip it?
That would be backwards.
No, he's right. I put it on a. I didn't put it on a mirror. I just turned it around.
Right.
And it just ended up being. I just rotated it. I didn't superimpose it. Anyway, 2 left feet.
It's okay. Here, you can put your feet on top of mine and we'll just dance around a little bit. You ready? There you
Snap.
go. Boop, 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 boop.
Snap.
Here, can you do the door charm again?
I forget what the fucking tune was.
Yeah. And then
Like,
just,
woo!
Cole
I feel like I'm back
actually
in the
play
old
along
country.
with it too.
and just take her for a spin around the room.
Yeah, you take her for a spin around. She's like starting to squat and snap her fingers.
I feel like I'm back in the old country. That's wonderful. You're darling, and I'll miss you dearly. I hope you come back soon.
Yeah, of course. I'll be back for, you know.
Shani, that is the least amount of blood I've ever seen
And,
when
and
you
if,
went
and
dancing.
if there's,
You know.
There's none.
you said that you had children that were having trouble without fingers. I'd be more than happy to bring them by. I'd happy to give them sweets and
They're in
give them
another
fingers.
City, unfortunately.
Oh, well, the offer stands. Of course, I'd love to see you again. You're very sweet. You're a good boys. Good girl. Good boys. Good boys. What's that smell?
What smell?
Smells like wet fur.
Moonchild will just kind of shrink a little bit.
Oh, you have a puppy! How adorable! Come
still
here,
missing-
little
Yeah, she's still missing Vile.
Oh, God damn it!
But she still like retreats a couple of steps.
Why do you smell like wet fur, young lady?
Are you sure it wasn't me? Like,
It's her clothes.
I'm
They're
sorry.
actually lined with fur.
That's okay. Anyway, is there anything else I can help you with?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not that I can think of.
I mean,
Write down a note.
Right.
2 paid for your class tomorrow.
To pay for class tomorrow.
No. 2
Two,
I already gave her that note.
paid for class tomorrow.
paid for class Kilimanjaro.
Lock and boots.
Lock and loaded.
I think
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the bound.
Perfect. And we'll see you in the morning.
Yeah.
See you in
Wait, when is the class?
the class. It's after I'm done with my nap tomorrow.
how long is the class?
It's a couple hours.
If I may, I'd still be willing to do that. Writing down the gobbledygook. It would just
Okay.
be on paper for you if you give me paper in return. Then, if that's okay, magical paper.
I pay you for service of transcribing gobbledygook on paper with paper.
Yes.
How much paper do you want?
I mean, I could. If
How
it's
much do you want to give me?
If it's a couple hours, I could do a couple of scrolls for you.
I
They're
don't
just-
understand. How about this?
Okay.
You give me whatever it is you think I need, and then tell me about how to do it, and leave me a note and write the instructions on it afterward. That way, I can't lose the instructions. They're in the thing. Or on the back. That's fine.
So like.
I kinda
And
like that
then you
idea.
just tell me how much paper you want, and I'll just give it to you. I don't know what I'm doing, so I trust you.
I do like the idea of a scroll with instructions on the back of.
Sure. I'll write the instructions on the back of it, and it'll just be for these things where you can like learn the other languages, or like, or be able to understand what something is, like just by looking
Interesting.
at it.
That's actually quite useful. Thank you. See, I trust you. I knew you had it in you. You're a very sweet girl. You're very
All
sweet.
right, so I'll come with you guys tomorrow, and I'll just write down a couple
I
scrolls
bet you know
for
your parents raised you very well. I wish I could meet them. They're very, very sweet. Yeah. So, how much do you think I should prepare in order to give you for said paper?
DM TJ, how much is a scroll of a first level spell worth?
You should have that in your notes.
No, like buying it. From.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
I know how.
If she were selling it, how
Yeah.
much would she be selling it for?
Right.
The markup.
Right.
There's something in the Dungeon Master's Guide, but there's also this is from 2016.
I feel like it's 100 gold per spell level, right?
Yeah,
Or
it's anywhere
something.
between 50 to 100 gold. Yeah. So I would say just safe bet, probably 60 gold
60 gold per spell level. Okay.
for first
There's
level.
no fighting on
It's an
Dawn.
exponential growth.
Yeah.
Like a fourth or fifth level is like anywhere between 500 and 5,000 gold, depending on the scroll.
For 2 hours and two scrolls that can do that, could you give me 125 gold worth of paper?
Sure. I don't have it in quarters, but I could just get. I just want to take 200 gold worth of paper. I don't have it. I just have it in reams, and I don't really want to open
sure.
it up.
Yeah, no,
I'm
that's
lazy when it comes to paper. I just keep it all up here in the noggin.
That's fine. I actually have to use 20 gold worth of it anyway to get you the spell.
Oh,
so
there you go.
that's lovely.
Shipping, handling expenses, whatever.
Okay,
Sure.
cool. All right,
Enjoy.
thank you. That
Yeah,
works.
it's
I'll come
fine.
by. We'll have a nice scholarly day.
You know, and
tomorrow.
you know what?
It'll be
If you have the
wonderful.
time, maybe do a little artsy-fartsy stuff on the side, because, I like maybe make it a little nice. Put it on the side, as part of the scroll, just make it like maybe a little picture of someone doing the spell. Maybe you can like draw a little cartoon of me in the margins.
I will try. No guarantees.
Okay.
I'm
I've
not
seen
as,
her drawings before.
I'm not as good as my sister with anatomy drawings, I'll say that much.
Oh, anatomy drawings. Oh, does she do exposés?
Not that type of anatomy.
Oh, any boudoir?
No, she's a doctor.
Oh, she's a doctor. No, well,
She does more like the
Realism.
inner workings
yeah,
of
really,
the,
that's wonderful. Yes,
of the
fantastic.
extremities.
Yeah, well, I love your family. Never met them. You're very sweet.
Thank you.
Hello.
I love them too. You need some nap time, yes?
I need a nap.
All right, I'm going to write this deal down before we
How long is your nap last for?
do that. Give that to her.
Tomorrow?
Sounds good.
Oh, you mean my nap for tomorrow?
Yes.
Ooh. It's usually until one of the big boys decides he wants to get shorter for the day.
Release?
Yeah, sure. We'll call it that.
What do you folks call it around here?
Time?
No, when the worms
Poop brain?
do their thing, yes.
Poop brain?
Yeah.
I call it poop brain.
Poop rain?
Poop brain, yeah. What do
So,
you...
after one of the big poop rains, he'll be
What a
awake.
big poop brain. What do you call it?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well, if you ask somebody else, they may call it something else, but I just got to call it what it is. It's poop brain.
brain.
It's very...
We just got here yesterday, so
It's a very clinical poop.
Is
It's very...
there another poop rain happening soon? 'Cause
I
we
think
might
I
need to
heard
get
one
out of
person
here.
call it poop precip.
Poople rain?
pooper sip?
Pooper sip.
Purple?
Poople rain.
Poop, not poople rain. Pooper sip. Like precipitate. Precipipoop.
Precipipoopin?
Precipipoop. This is good. We should workshop this during the master class tomorrow.
It all comes
Oh.
back for a full circle.
I'll brainstorm on that.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll see you after propoopid
What?
poop rain.
Precipipoop.
We'll see you after poop rain.
Precipipoop.
We'll come up with a better.
Crap. There we go.
Yep.
Yep, there we
It's shit. You know what? It's all a shit storm anyway, so.
Precipitation?
Do you guys?
I'm just waiting for that sign. Like, guys, it's going crazy outside. Like, it's a shit storm.
Do you guys tend to carry umbrellas, or do you just let it happen?
Do you stay inside during that time?
Yeah.
Well, it's just pretty random. Sometimes it happens in patches or quadrants and stuff like that, or certain sectors.
Oh, so it's the sound of it hitting your house that wakes you up then?
Sometimes it's not always like clockwork. You know, it's more of just like you do what you need to and want to at certain times, and you just do it. And you know, I live life very stream of consciousness. So just come when I'm awake, and we'll do the master class. If I don't enter the door within a couple minutes, then I'm probably still asleep. And that's all you need to know. 'Cause
Fair enough.
It's my business.
We will see you tomorrow.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, very sweet boy.
Have a good night.
You have a good night, sweet boy. You're Mr. Dapper boy. Look at you with all your little dangly things. This is a good boy.
It seems comfy.
Turd torrent.
The turd torrent. Why are you looking up synonyms?
I
He's
said I
on
told her.
synonyms.com right now.
I told her I would brainstorm it, so I'm thinking it over.
Workshop it.
The turd tornado.
Tornado? Oh, no.
She's talking to herself.
Turd, torrent, shit, storm, poop, rain.
Dung
Sip,
deluge.
The dung deluge. This is all good to write it down.
Even the alliteration, I like it. It's good.
Great. She walks upstairs and you guys exit the cake dairy. Where are you guys headed?
Well, once we're outside, I drop invisibility and I hold the mirror up to Cole.
This is what you've looked like all day.
Because your raccoon eyes.
God damn it.
Argus is just like,
I'll get you back, don't worry.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, oh, sure.
Okay, whatever.
I actually don't remember who did it, but
I do.
it's one of 3 people.
Right.
It was the very last thing you did from our last session.
I think I waited till you were out of the room before I said.
Oh,
what
okay,
happened.
yeah, that's why I don't know that.
So where are you guys headed?
But you were drunk, so I don't think you could have fought it off.
Oh no, I had before we went to bed. I,
You wanna
I
go to
had gotten
the
rid of my
War College?
drunkenness.
Yeah. we'll
Okay,
stop at
great.
the
So
War
you
College.
guys can easily swing by the War College.
I will be wearing my apocalypse cloak for the rest of the day.
You got it. Very, very Princess Bride style. So this is a the building that looks like the Intellect Fortress building is made of stone and mica wood, and then the Adjutant building has the barracks on it quite a bit. So yeah, you can. It kind of looks like those old bank buildings or old courthouses that kind of have the and then the Roman pillars, except less Romanesque and more austere stone pillar and mica wood kind of deal. You have a ironwood box now, so do with that what you want. You guys enter, and it kind of looks like the New York Public Library on the inside, except just not as vaulted and large. And there looks to be quite a few people like in leather armor or other type of armor that's not as loud and clinky as yours is, moving about, pulling out scrolls and stone tablets and what looks like sheets of very thin iron, like with hammered dwarven text upon it, from big shelves of stuff. People grabbing stuff, walking to a table, reading it, and grabbing stuff, walking to a table, reading it, and just kind of moving about. And then you say, "Hey," someone sitting at the table, like the reception desk. "Welcome to the Clockwork College. How can I help you?"
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking around. Just wanted to see if you had any material on, I don't know, different types of combat, weapon usage, you know.
Are you looking for a day pass or a week pass? Or...
Just a day pass.
All right, it'll be 3 silver.
Okay. So I'll give her 3 silver, or I'll give them three silver.
And she takes your silver, she puts it, she stamps what looks like some sort of piece of parchment. She hands it over to, and she's like, just so you're aware, books and literature and other pieces of records are not allowed outside the establishment. If you require some help, please grab the nearest bookkeeper or record keeper at your own peril. Make sure that all weapons are kept holstered and sheathed at all times within the walls of the intellect of the college. Yada yada yada. You understand? Don't be a dick. And duels are remanded by the headmaster or the lieutenant themselves, and only duels that are done in this way will be considered as legal and binding. You may challenge somebody for their access to a record, but be aware that if it is decided that the fight shall go to the death, we are not responsible for any death or dismemberment.
This is the wildest library that I've ever.
Can I wait here in the lobby for him?
I do not want to go
Sure.
into this place.
Okay.
You can go home too. I mean, I'm not your babysitter.
I just don't want to go further in.
The duel to the
Okay.
death thing isn't really my bag,
Yeah.
so we're just gonna wait for him right here.
It was been 16 days since we had an incident.
That's
Yeah, but I come from a
concerning.
school where dueling to the death over library resources.
Oh,
was
to
not
the death,
encouraged.
it's been a couple of years.
Oh, okay.
We're not even at my school. We weren't even supposed to duel over.
Honestly,
we were
the-
too big a risk of damaging the texts.
Oh, well, most of the texts are made of firmer stuff here. Stone, iron, metal.
I'm just gonna go out of the way over here.
Okay, suit yourself.
I don't mind looking with you if you want some help and stuff.
So these books that you have inside,
The literature record, yeah.
they're just fighting books. There's no there are any magical books in there.
Oh, I mean, we keep a variety of assortment, of comprehensive, all the way from teaching of magical beings to arcane scholarly articles to
There is obviously our tactical and strategic sections are expansive and thorough, but we have all kinds of records here.
Give her 3 gold. Him or her.
Silver.
3 silver.
Oh, thank you for the tip.
Silver.
Yeah, and I'll
So
get
then,
3 silver as well.
Would you have anything on
Shouldn't you go
metallurgy?
Not going in.
Crafting
That's-
Yeah, we have quite a. I think we have a couple shelves dedicated to metallurgy.
On second thought,
Unless
I
I
may
go in
come
there, I
in.
can't see them.
Okay. And she repeats the same disclaimer for all of you. Not responsible for death or dismemberment. If you are challenged to a duel, but yada yada yada, you understand.
Understood. 3 silver.
And thank you very much. Just day pass for all of you.
For the 3 of us, I think. Yeah.
I'm coming.
4 of us.
Oh, 4 of us. Sorry.
Oh, okay, all right. What about you, Drapey boy?
I am not a fighter.
Okay.
There's all kinds of
Neither am I.
text in there.
I'm a librarian.
There might be some legend lore.
Sure. Actually, you know what? Yes, Cole will pay 3 silver.
Great. Look at that. Day passes for everybody. You
arcane
get
stuff?
the because well, let me get the punch card here, and then he pulls out like a very thin metal iron slate, and she takes.
I have a
hammer, goes,
question.
Ting, 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 ting. Well, if you get 10 day passes, you get 1 free. You got already halfway there.
Well, we also have Argus,
Well, what do you-
Pernua, Moonchild.
Oh, you
Is
the 3 others want to
Moonchild
come
coming
too?
in?
I mean, is otherwise, what is Pernua, what are Argus and Pernua doing?
Argus, I would imagine, is coming in.
I would imagine
Absolutely.
Argus would too, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If for no
All
other
right.
reason than to
Pernua
look
may
for
not
stuff on the
come,
Prime
so-
Warriors.
Tink,
Right.
tink, tink. That'll be 7. Unless you want to leave your friends, but you don't leave your friends behind.
No, so okay, so I'll
If the
pay
friends
for
don't read, and
Moonchild.
if they don't read, then they're no friends of mine.
Okay, all right. Well, you have fun, kiddos. Just remember, not responsible for any death or dismemberment. Yada yada yada. Duel.
Hey, where are you booking crossbows at?
Crossbows.
Yeah.
We have an entire section. Section 100 through 1700 is all about ranged weaponry.
100 through 1700?
1700 is about ranged weaponry. If you're talking about the taxes of ranged weaponry, it's sections 100. It's sections 200 through 800. If you're talking about the taxes of ranged weaponry that have to do with handheld weapons, it's sections 300 through 579.
Do you have an index system?
Oh yes, of course. Well, you can check out the ledger that is available at any one of the tables. It is welded to the table, so please don't try to pry it off.
Is there any section that you have that talks about heroes, especially those from the Dwarf and Elven War?
Oh, if you're looking for historical fiction or
No, historical fact.
Nonfiction.
history, nonfiction, history, nonfiction, tales of yore, and heroes. I understand. Yeah.
Specifically the...
Heroes of Law. I understand. So Heroes of Law section is in 27 AB to 130,007X.
You might need to be a little more specific in what you're searching
Do you
for.
have anything on eldritch creatures or beings?
Eldritch?
No, that I...
Just monster stuff?
Monster. Okay, monster slaying. You're looking for monster slaying? Like
you guys know
anatomical
what I-
drawings as to the best areas to which, like a carotid artery, Achilles heel, that kind of thing?
Like that, or just the history of them. Yeah.
What, define eldritch.
Like
Unknown horror creatures.
Oh,
Abomination.
unknown creatures, unnamed creatures, creatures of
Cryptics.
nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
makes
No,
it
we
look
have a section.
crazy.
Yes. There's actually a whole section on the Baduk. That's particularly frightening. I wouldn't recommend opening those books. But yes, far right section, the shadowy place, all the way in the far right section. Every time we bring a candle there, it gets blown out. I don't understand. So good luck. Don't get
I'll
lost.
be fine.
We just call it the shadowy section. I can't. We weren't able to give it a number because we can't see in there. Because I know we have dark vision. Still can't see.
Or
Still
people-
can't see.
I'll give
Don't
it a
understand
shot.
it.
I'll give it a shot.
Are people usually allowed to go in the light places, but not over in that dark corner? Don't ever
You must never go there.
Oh, okay.
So let me be more specific.
It is all my kingdom.
How about books fighting with crossbows?
Tactics for fighting with crossbows, or how to unload fire with crossbow, or how to increase your precision with crossbows. You haven't been here before, have you?
No, I have not.
Okay. Are we talking about light crossbows, heavy crossbows, hand crossbows?
Hand crossbows.
Hand crossbows. Okay, so hand crossbows, medium,
Two-handed.
medium to close ranged
The
weapons.
very crossbow, I think, is a light crossbow.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Some book says
So light.
two.
Okay, so light
Or
crossbows,
Yeah.
medium
so it's either light or
range,
heavy then.
tactics.
I think it's a light.
Okay, are you looking for high ground, low ground, or medium ground?
Low ground.
Low ground. Okay, so you're shooting up. Okay. All right. I would say section
Are you just looking like,
479.
for like an introduction of how to shoot a crossbow?
Basically.
Well, no,
You're looking for
Novice training.
novice
crossbow.
fundamentals. Okay, you're looking for section CHILD 9A.
Child 9A. Gotcha. I gotcha. I'll go right over there right now. that was good. I like that too.
That Heroes of
clever.
the Order section, is that just all of it, or do you have it like broken down by like wars or anything like
Oh
that?
well, I mean these. So the nonfiction is. So we have nonfiction on one part of the wall, and then it slowly elides into fiction because of myth and people not believing exactly what it is. So there's a bunch of stuff in between. There's a gray area.
Questionable, yes.
Yeah. We don't know whether it's true or not. But I mean, and then even people say, oh, the whole thing should be fiction because who knows if any of this is provable except for the people that are still alive. So who knows? I will say that most likely what it is you're looking for, is there a specific name you had in mind? That could be very helpful.
Knockback.
Oh, Drogon. Oh, yes. No, he has his own whole square section. It's nice reading. There's even a little reading nook there. Yeah. He's a staple. We have editions 15 to 79 of his Trials and Tribulations. And we have, I believe, there might be.
Well, look, I'll pull out my edition and see which one it what number
You
it is.
pull it out. Go like. May I?
Yeah.
By Moradin Spear. This is a first edition. You know how old this is?
Very from that.
This is in fantastic condition. My God. Would you be willing to sell this to the college?
No. Still studying it.
She pulls out something, puts on the glasses, and pulls out a ledger. Be willing to offer you 150 platinum for the book.
Let me think on that, but right now the answer is still no. I can always come back and sell it to you later.
What about allowing you to copy it?
That would be fantastic. I mean, it's nowhere near the same as having it with its original binding. This is fantastic. Even the glue is in absolutely pristine condition. I've never seen anything like it. 175 platinum.
I'll let you copy it, but not for sale right now.
All right. For someone to copy this this might take a couple days, and we'd have to hold on to it for the entirety of it.
Would you? I mean, I am a part of the college. I can copy this for you.
Oh. Well, we'd be willing to pay you for your services, of course. You have any experience in binding and
Not binding, but I can at least write the pages out for
manuscript?
you.
Okay, that'll work. I'll say. Let me see what I got here. I can probably. I mean, I have to double check with Headmaster Civ, but I believe I could probably offer you 90 platinum in exchange for the manuscript.
I can
It'd
do
be
that.
a massive contribution and a huge help to the War College. I guarantee you.
I can do that. It may take a few days, as I am also working during this time.
Of course, yeah. Are you fluent in Ancient Dwarvish?
He can be.
I am fluent in Dwarvish. Ancient Dwarvish, I'm a little rusty, but
So
I do read that book regularly.
I
though.
will require somebody to proofread it then, because I want to make sure nothing is lost in translation. This
Understandable.
is, from what I'm seeing, this is an ancient dialect of Dwarvish, very, very old. So I may want to make sure that. I mean, I'm more than glad to have you copy it. I need to be confident in your ability.
Understandable.
So again, I have to run it by Headmaster Sif, but I'm sure she would be amenable to the situation of getting her hands on even a copy of a first edition.
We didn't catch your name.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
you can just call me Bobo.
Boo Boo?
Yeah,
What? Boo boo?
you just call me Bobo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not what I was
Look,
expecting.
all right, listen.
Kind of a running thing.
I
If you want to be called Boo Boo, you're Boo Boo.
Hey, boo boo.
my father was very vindictive.
How you doing, boo? Get this was gonna be bad.
Thank you for your time.
If somebody could proofread what he did, would that be enough for that? Or did speak ancient Dwarvish? Or?
You speak ancient Dwarvish dialect?
I can.
And she starts talking to you in ancient Dwarvish dialect.
I can with a little bit of magic. I can
Oh,
understand
the
anything.
hoodoo voodoo voodoo. Yes, of course. Yeah, via the arcane. I'm sorry. It's my father coming through. I'm sorry. I'm
all
sorry.
right.
Yes.
How much
like
do
said.
I actually understand of that ancient Dwarvish that she speaks to?
Like you pick up the articles. That's it. No nouns or adjectives or anything like that, or verbs. You get like the articles. That's about it. It is It's like someone speaking. It's a difference between someone speaking today's English and ancient Germanic English.
Yeah.
It's just straight up not the same.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of roots, and technically it's the same language, but it's not at all
No,
at
yeah,
the same time.
exactly.
If it was a proofread copy, would that increase the amount that
Argus,
you'd be
did
Oh,
you
willing
well,
understand
that
any
is
of
the
that?
price for a proofread copy of someone who's fluent in the language.
Gotcha,
It would be
okay.
far less. It would be like 10 platinum for an unproofread copy because
Argus, do you understand any of that?
I mean I understand Dwarvish.
Well,
don't
I understand Dwarvish too.
I
but
mean, well, then we're on the same fucking thing, then, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
don't know what you've studied, man.
I shirked off my history classes. Are you kidding me? All I need is the flame.
That's true. You have made that very clear.
Flame is all I need.
Flame is all. Flame is everything. Flame is love. Flame is life.
Very proud of you. Earlier, you didn't cast the flame. Very proud.
So, that being
Tweaking
said,
about it.
we can get you a proofread copy.
Yes.
Of course, of course.
Working together.
Yes.
You also have... Didn't I give you that as well?
Yeah, I'm planning on casting it once we're in there. I'm in the section.
Okay.
So I know what I'm looking at.
Okay,
Can't
cool.
stress to you enough how much of a rare find this is. This is stupendous. You know, like this is supposed to have journal entries specifically on first-hand accounts of what Drugan went through during his trials and tribulations. That was all edited out way before. And don't let the triumvirate know you have this, because there's a bunch of state secrets in there that we really don't want you to know, probably. So this is just gonna be, I mean, Headmaster Civ loves this shit, so I know.
Based on things I've found in there, I get that.
Yeah. So, so this, we're just gonna, don't go bragging about how you have a first edition. I would just, friendly
no.
advice, friendly advice,
I didn't even realize I had one until you told me. I'm not telling anybody now.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have told you then, because I probably could have get it off you for much cheaper. But, well, them's the breaks.
I wouldn't have sold it to you anyway.
Well, you have your day passes. You can.
I wandered away like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, as you guys meander into your endless halls of books and shadowy corners and high shelves that you can't quite reach, looking for the information that you seek, that's where we're going to end today's session. Yay! Thank you guys so much. as always, please check out our Patreon and subscribe and become a patron. You'll get access to our post-talk sessions for Gluten Talk for the Baker's Dozen and the Burnt Ends for the Argent Flame, which we're going to record right now. So check it out.
As well as a couple upcoming bonus videos.
Yes, depending on what tier you become a patron on, we have a couple of other things like Lore Keeper's Tales and Theurgical Theory that we're currently working on getting more of. You can check out some of the more preliminary ones that, we didn't have as much sound production and quality there, so the ones moving forward will be much nicer. But yes.
If you want to watch some fun little sketches, check out our shorts on TikTok or on YouTube
yes,
as well.
Please.
And Instagram.
TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. All that good stuff. Follow us on the
I
social
love the
medias
two
that we
druids,
may
by
or
the
may
way.
not use.
Actually, and the Necromancer's Bag of Holding is one of my favorites too.
Yeah. Is anything else? Have anything else to plug?
No.
Okay, well that's it then. Thank you guys so much, and stay safe out there.
Later, guys.
Bye.